is a 7th level spell.
Shit. Wait. So it's just really specific plane shift?
Pretty much.
But it's where you're going, or it's special. To break through walls.
I mean, I guess.
There's also other shit that goes on when you shift into one of the Fey planes that this spell would protect you from.
Okay. And as I do that, because I thought of this at the end of last session, I would have a revelation and fucking run upstairs into the study where Joe is probably looking at shit, into the cohort's chamber and just start rummaging through the shit until I find that letter.
Fuck. What were we doing last?
I don't know, you're doing whatever.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Joe is essentially a Dragonborn Paladin, so he's probably brooding.
No, actually, no. Yes.
Yeah,
No, I'll get that out of the way.
Joe, I mentioned how the Daemon horse was brought by someone that added some extra brood.
There you go. Anyway, yep, you guys were... yes, you guys were waiting for... You were also waiting for the Duke of Oxford to arrive.
There you go. I was informing our servants to prepare a room for our guests who will be arriving soon.
Yes, it will be a Duke. Yes, servants. Chop chop.
And you can just see me running up, just bolting to the room up there.
I guess I will make my way there at a calm pace.
Oh, that's right. I don't have anything to do because you don't want me to set up an arrangement with everyone.
What?
Set up an arrangement?
Yeah, what?
Remember? Like, hey, welcome. Look at the guards lining these.
I mean, he is important enough that we could do that, but it's gonna be wasted on him, Zach.
Yeah, he's not gonna care.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Where's the dragon? I mean, we could do that around the dragon, and he'll still out of.
We could go with the ploy that the dragon's still alive, technically, and just have it like, oh, everyone's got a rope holding it down. The head. Just the head.
Just the
I mean, Joe could resurrect it.
Yeah. Just the head.
Oh my god, I could.
Yep, you
could. Oh
could.
my god.
You could also resurrect the Daemon.
Let's not and say we did.
Good fun, Joe.
It's like resurrect the head. Thing proceeds to immediately dies because
That's 10 XP.
It's missing like everything it needs to survive.
I don't think you can do that. I think it actually says
It needs the body.
Yep.
yeah, you need to be able to live at all.
I thought it just said you can bring things back, but any parts that are not present are just not there. So it's like, dude had his heart ripped out. Resurrect!
While a spell closes mortal wounds and repairs lethal damage of most kinds, the body of the creature to be raised must be whole. Otherwise, missing parts are missing. So I don't think
There we go. Otherwise, missing parts of it. You bring a guy back. Raise my friend. Wait, how did he die? Aztec sacrifice? What's that entail? They take your heart out. Fuck. Meanwhile, he's flailing around on the table for those 4 seconds that he's alive, and then he dies again.
Yeah,
Oh,
mortal
God.
XP, that counts.
What do you want to nickname the body? I don't know, Magikarp from what he just did.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, Zach is shifting the alignment.
Alright. Well, Joe, you'd be able to arrive at the room at a more calm and collected pace, as he's digging through shit and would find the note.
Ah, found it.
Yep. I just asked what the hurry is.
The visions Morgana's been getting, the key we found at, what was it, Merlin's school? Merlin's old school.
Yeah, it was his childhood home that he turned into kind of a, come here, I'll teach you.
Okay, well, I'll do that. And the letter that Six found, they're all talking about the same thing. And you got the handout already, it's a mysterious letter.
Yeah. Huh. I'd sit down. I wouldn't sit down.
You'd fly down.
Yeah, I'd fly down. It asks all the same thing. Just to clarify.
Same thing. Key he's talking about is this key. The scrolls he left for scroll, or the. Did he mention scrolls? The thing he said he's leaving the Keris scrolls to get to Avalon. The key was a key. Granting access to some gate in Avalon. And this message is talking about it. From, I don't know who wrote it. Did the message have a seal on it, Nate?
It did not.
Okay, I'd move about the room. Could we get back? Like how I'm just jumping to the like, nope, what we're going, but can we get back? There's no are we going, it's we are going. Can we come back?
Well, I never said we are, but I said,
I'm a paladin. There's
I don't
good
know
to be
of it.
done there.
I wouldn't know how to get back. That's why I didn't mention the scrolls before.
Just not. So there's a scroll to go there. What?
I said there were two.
Well, there you know, two or there is a scroll or scrolls to go there.
No, I'm inscribing one, so there's one.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I can't imagine Merlin would need a scroll.
What? Shrug.
Ooh, I read this wrong.
I can't imagine that someone else would need to provide it for him. But assuming that's who it's talking about, it happened.
Yes, Chris.
Yeah, I remember telling everybody about the vision that my follower saw.
You mean about the key?
Yes. Well, no, about
thought
the
that was
vision
just
somebody
me.
saw when they touched the key.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me because I asked him to do it.
Ah. Okay then, never mind.
Either way, it was done. So can you devise a way back?
We walk.
Become a dwarf. Be really stubborn.
Going home. You can't. I'm
I'm
going home.
Sit
just-
right here. And I'm
he-
going home.
He just starts building a tower that'll lead into space back to Earth.
I mean, dwarves are pretty old, so they can live pretty long. So there you
And
go.
Fae planes are very weird.
3
Can try, but I've been trying for a while now. I've been trying to do that kind of stuff for a while now. It's not that easy. Basically, I don't have 7 spells.
Well, let's see if there's a scroll there. Assuming that someone needs a scroll to go. There must be some way to return upon getting there. Not when I assume that I'm stuck.
Think about it for a bit. We could see if Merlin's room back in Camelot had anything. Yes. Got the Paladin to agree to let me go rummage through his shit. Check fucking mark.
Check mark. Say if we ride fast, we can certainly get there with none of spend.
Is there a hurry? Other than Morgana's...
I'm always in a hurry, Stefanos.
I'm saying that regardless. Other than Morgana's visions, we don't really have a reason to go.
I mean, Arthur's there. That's a pretty big reason.
Yeah. Yeah, Stefanos. Like, he just like, hey,
I mean-
that place where he's supposedly at, I can go there. Oh, shit.
But I mean, it's not like he's just stranded there. He's there to heal. I mean, going there's not gonna fix it.
Oh,
heal him. Oh, Jesus. Shut up, Joe.
You're talking to the man who fucking like, I will take half your damage to heal you.
Doesn't matter if you're a 30th level fighter. I will die for you.
Don't worry, Joe. I'll make some reincarnation juice for you.
I'm thinking about Prince. But anyways, yeah, I'd just say best to figure out all we can about this quickly. As discreet as we can. Sir Kay would probably be able to get us access. But who knows how Merlin's room is situated to defend against people.
Oh, shrug.
Start moving, I'd say we've no time to waste.
I have plenty of time to waste.
I'm gonna arrive in Camelot the day you guys fucking teleport out. It's gonna be like, huh? There's where are these guys at?
Go in. Oh yes, you're to meet these people at their settlement. Oh cool. Hey, where are the masters? I don't know. There's some lightning in the room down there, and they're gone.
Hey Nate,
There's a
what day was the
crackling
Duke
portal.
supposed to be here? Is it today?
He will likely be arriving either today or tomorrow.
I can meet the Duke of Oxford on the road because those places come from the same direction. Totally.
Well, and you're fast as fuck.
What, bro? I'm riding a horse,
You
walking.
can outrun 6 horses.
Yeah, you can outrun horses. What?
What, dude? You
Doesn't
think
mean
I
you want to?
Yeah, dude.
Fucking hell, man! Just
Convenience.
sometimes you just wanna just be on the horse and just leisurely ride.
You know, just
Same,
because
I
I
wanna-
can pleasure 3 women at the same time doesn't mean I want to do it every night. That's a lot of
I
work.
mean, I do, but I would go down and show Morgana the stuff
Of course
too.
you would.
So Chris,
Yeah.
That's
while
because-
pleasuring these 3 women, do you feel nothing but pity for them, for they will never have you again?
Only for 2 of
Hmm. I'm almost done with my character.
Anyway,
that's
all
a
right.
mess.
She would listen to your words, and she would nod as she'd ask when you guys are heading out.
As in out to Camelot or out to Fancy Place?
Did you mention the going to rummage through Merlin's room?
I probably would have.
She'd mentioned that for Camelot, like,
I swear everyone says it. Beldroth, that's it.
Yay.
say most mentioned the character's name in the fucking campaign. No one can remember.
Yeah, no. That's why I was like, I should fucking know that. I'd say, Beldroth wants to leave now? But we're supposed to be waiting for the Duke of Oxford, I thought. For the, yeah, the Duke.
She'd smile mischievously and she'd say, "Oh no, conflicting interests. To action or wait for his man crush?"
Ooh, tell me more.
She laughs a little bit as she starts gathering up her things to prepare for trekking. No, it isn't.
Damn it.
Zach,
Hey.
perception.
Why? You know I'm bad at this.
For the...
Well, let me figure out what it is. Oh, that's right. It's super good. I lied. +3. Sorry. 12.
Damn. All right. Well, as you're doing your thing, you hear one of your men comes running up to you and says, "Sir, there's well, shit. You should probably just see it, sir."
There you go. It ain't that bad.
Fucking Chris just bolting through the world.
I'll just kind of raise my eyebrow and say,
He's just kind of scratching the back of his head, like, I don't know how to describe this.
I'll start walking with him anyways and be like, "Can you at least give me a warning of what I'm seeing?"
Sounds like Duke.
Don't drink anything. About that time he says that, you hear a as you see a horse galloping at full pace toward down the road. A very well dressed, kind of spindly limbed man atop it. His hands are gripping the reins, but you're pretty sure his ass is levitating above that saddle with just how in the air he is, as he's being thrown this way, that way.
I'm waiting for the icon.
As yep, you can see a small retinue some distance back along the roads, as he is leading them by far.
God damn.
Yep. His wiry white hair fucking going everywhere. So he's just like, hey, being like bounced this way and that. As the horse comes to a stop, he near the drawbridge, he damn near goes flying headfirst over the horse's head and out of the saddle. Comes to a stop and says, "My, that was invigorating. Yes."
I'll just kind of give him a few nods and say, "Yeah, I looked it."
And you were gonna give this guy a fucking welcome with the guards?
Yep, nope, I'm glad I didn't.
Yes. Looks down at you, and he says, "Have we met?"
Shake my head and I'll say, "I don't think so, but I'm pretty sure you've met my companions."
He's
And I'll just look at him and
for a
say-
second.
And I'll say, "Duke, right?"
He
Or the
says,
Duke.
yes. You have a very recognizable face. Perhaps that was where my misconception was. But yes. Yeah, and notify your companions I've arrived. Where's the dragon?
I was kind of back at him while walking towards the castle and say, "We'll meet with them and get the dragon. I know that's
Good.
all you're really here for."
Good. Well, I'm also here. What? As he trips in the stirrup and goes face first on the dirt.
I'll offer him a hand up and just kind of shake my head.
He gets up, his foot still caught in the one stirrup, as he shakes his foot, vainly trying to free it. Says, "Cursed beast! First you bruise my buttocks, then you release my foot!"
I was kind of looking between him and the stirrup. I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I'm just thinking, the horse isn't doing anything, do you? And if he isn't moving to rid his foot of the stirrup,
He's kicking his
I
foot.
will-
He's kicking his foot wildly in like multiple directions, vainly trying to remove it from the stirrup.
I'll just hold my hand down to him for a second and say, "Just one moment." And as soon as he stops kicking, I'll go back and help rid his foot of the cursed beast.
It only takes a moment, as literally you just had to kind of twist it one way and kind of pull it out to cease the loop that it was creating around his ankle. He says, "Ah, liberation from the accursed contraption. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir."
I'll just give him a nod, have a bit of a smirk, and say, "Damn beast in their traps, right?"
He says, "Yes, damn beast, and the dragon."
I'll just again wave him over, start heading him over. I know he doesn't want small talk. Tell my men to just keep training.
Yep. He'd brush himself off and get up. About that time his retinue gets there, you see a very, very annoyed young woman being like, gets off her horse and tries to quickly run up so that she's following suit behind the Duke. As you'd lead him to the dragon or to Joe?
To Joe first.
Okay.
We will all go to see the dragon together.
If I see them coming,
Well,
I'm
to
gonna
Joe, to Joey and Stefanos, yeah, both.
If I see them coming, I'm gonna transform into a cat first.
Not Chris, because he's dead. I can't say anything.
Thanks!
I can't say anything. I've died about as much, if not more.
Yeah, I was gonna cross your icon off, but it's not here.
You've died more than anybody else, Zach.
Actually, I think me and Chris have died about the same amount now, except his character's never.
Chris has
He's
died,
died
twice. You've
Oh,
died
I did die 3
4
times.
or
3. Don't try to up me. I'm keeping count in my name.
It would have been 4 if not for that feat.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's okay. It was a good feeling
so,
at that
so
point.
You guys were making your way up, and you guys were having that conversation up in the
Study.
in the study, Big Fancy. Okay. Well,
Don't pop your snap.
Jacob would make his way into the study and tell you that apparently the Duke of Oxford has arrived. And he's on his way up.
Timing.
I would look to you and say, "Shh, transform." I'm just gonna start walking down the stairs.
I'd go to meet. Oh no, they're coming to me.
I'm coming to everybody, not just you.
I'd just say,
Coming to you, I'm waiting there then.
yeah, I'd just say, chance being brought to us. You know, just as you're leaving.
Yep, and I'd go back up and wait there.
Yep. And as as the Duke would be as you'd be kind of in the few minutes you'd be waiting, Morgana would kind of arrive up in the area with her kind of pack over her shoulder. Kids just kind of following her like a lost puppy.
Like,
And Zach and the Duke would arrive. As the Duke would smile warmly, and he'd run up and hug you, Joe.
Oh.
As he says, "Ah, yes. The second most interesting dragon and the other reason I've arrived. Yes. He says, you rate among the second most important things on this trip to me." Pat you on the shoulder.
Say, yes. Glad to be in so highly in your list of importance.
Should be number 1. Otherwise, you can take away the number 1.
Then he blinks for a moment and goes, "Ha! The most important and second most important reasons are both dragons. Splendid!" Claps his hands together as he says he realizes this.
I'm just gonna be there enjoying his fucking crazy attitude.
Say, well then.
Just no words right now.
I
No.
don't know how long you'll be here, but you don't seem a man who wants to waste time. So, shall we?
It's true. Yes, lead the way.
Way.
And as you'd go, he'd ask you, like, you know, how things go. How have you taken to basically, like, you know, how do you like managing a small settlement? You know, and he proceeds to go on about how boring and tedious managing Oxford is. How there's no end to the tedium. If he did not have his books or his experiments, he would have gone insane by now.
Just inform him that it's quite nice and a lot easier when the work can be spread about.
Yes, yes. Delegation of labor. Yes. Make a big task very small by making it even smaller. Yes. Genius thought process.
A plus, Joe. You're
Buttering
the
you.
smartest character in this campaign.
Fucking buttering you.
It is I've heard tell of large stone structures far off in the desert lands, pyramidal in shape, built by hand, supposedly.
It's the pyramids!
Oh yeah, no, I got that.
You trying to decide if you know anything about it?
I don't know anything about it. Just go on.
I'd say yes, yes. Supposedly, from what I've read, they buried their kings in them. Hoards of treasure and the like. Although I imagine that would... Imagine that would draw any number of ne'er-do-wells looking for a quick coin. I still hope they're in good condition. Very much love to see them one day.
No, they're dead.
The pyramids aren't dead.
You can't kill a pyramid, Zach.
The kings are dead.
Yes.
Anyway,
Undead.
undead.
Mummies.
Mummies. Yes. Yep. He would kind of banter on for a while, talking about this and that as you guys make your way out into the dragon.
And the demon horse.
Yeah.
The demon horse. What was the demon horse again? You said it was something of the 4
Hadian now.
Hadian hound. And
Yeah,
where-
I would let him know that
Oh,
along
Joe.
with the
Oh, go ahead.
there was another beast that I've slain to investigate.
You are his most favorite person right now. As he
I
just-
know.
His
I-
eyes just light up like a kid in a candy shop.
I would say, in cat form still, I assume he's not paying any attention to me. Yes, it's a Hadian hound from the lower plains. That'd be a good way to describe it.
His jaw opens and he says, a sentient? He says, a sentient linguistic feline. Oh, I must, as he reaches down and scoops you up.
You may.
And
I
as he
would say
yeah,
human.
he stops in his tracks and begins kind of looking you over. For a moment, he's kind of taking one long bony finger and scratching you behind the ear. As he just says, my, is it through magic that you can talk? Based on my examinations, I've found that felines possess a completely different sort of vocal cords. How is it that you're making the sounds necessary for human speech?
I would just wave my hand that has the ring turn bracelet into it that lets me talk in cat form.
Kind of looks at it from and goes, magical apparel. Yes. Amazing. Though I am a little disappointed that it isn't some manner of physiology that provides you this boon, but alas, still fascinating subject. Perhaps you would allow me to examine you. And then he kind of pauses, kind of trying to look about your head. He says, He says, to also examine your brain, I imagine it differs considerably from other I've studied. But alas, that would likely be unwise to form such an examination.
Nodding. nodding to the unwise.
He says, "Are you a companion of Beldroth's?" As he's walking again.
With me in hand still?
Yep.
Okay, good.
What'd you say, Joe?
He would
Just
nod.
say he is.
Ah, good, good. If you perish in one of your adventures, might I examine your corpse?
He's gonna have a look on my face. Well, I don't intend to. I don't know. I'll think about it, I guess.
He says, "Oh yes, of course. No one intends to perish in such heroic task, but things happen."
And I'm gonna jump down and transform back.
He goes, "And transmogrative abilities, splendid! Oh, I absolutely must examine you. The dragon first, though. The dragon first. Yes."
And the Hadean Hound.
Yes, that too.
Beldroth mentioned you were inquisitive.
Ever in the pursuit of knowledge, good sir.
So I had him brought here too.
Ah, splendid. This is splendid. The more we know, the more knowledge we possess, and knowledge is truly the honeysucker left to us by God himself.
I was gonna look back to Joe like, who the hell did you find?
Very interesting man.
I was expecting something, but not this much.
We'll trade knowledge for favors. And we're a tiny settlement that favors.
I mean, if you want knowledge, I got fucking knowledge to trade.
That feels dirty. I didn't earn it.
What do you mean I didn't earn it? Fuck you.
It's not a long trek out to the dragon, so you guys would then arrive.
And I would inform him that there is a room prepared, though I have my doubts that he'd want a dragon. A small staging area.
He would nod, and he'd look it over, and he'd say, "This will do splendidly." Yes. My lord, your health, as his aide is just like, you should. I would advise you take them up on their hospitality within a nice, a luxurious room, something with perhaps a stone roof over it, my lord. He just waves his hand. Says, too far from the dragon. I could get so much more work. It's all too soon. I'm going to be pulled away from my studies for the purposes of this regal bibbly bop.
It's still the morning, right?
Correct.
I'm not sure how keep watch or function in the morning. Probably not well. We'll probably,
Also,
it's only a few hours to Camelot, right?
Yeah.
You've still got your crippling deterioration disease, right?
I haven't rolled for it today, so I assume 2 consecutive saves got rid of it.
Okay.
6.
50-foot chain to capture a...
Yeah.
Jesus. Anyway, moving on, before I dwell on that subject too long.
What?
Brought a paladin. I guess I'm only equivalent to a 50-foot chain.
I think we could use a 25-foot chain for you.
Thanks, Chris.
Anyway, as he'd see the dragon and the head and the Hadean hound, he swoons for a moment as he seems to wobble on his feet, about ready to faint from just pure excitement. He says, "Oh, where to begin? Where to begin? Whew. Soria, my tools. Fetch them from the saddle. I must begin at once."
Oh
My attempt is my pets.
And I would ask Kim, so when you're done examining the dragon and part of dragon, would you be taking the remains with you?
His eyes go wide as he turns to look at you, and he says, "You'd let me take them with me back to Oxford?"
Say, the butcher head shall remain with us. Whatever. I just motion to it and say, "Rest is yours." Rest is yours to do with what you please.
Though it doesn't even begin to pay you back for such a wondrous boon. Syria. Once I get the weight of this gorgeous beast catalogued, write up a missive to send back to Oxford. They are to prepare this thing's weight in platinum for these gentlemen.
Oh, okay. Nothing, Zach. We are rich as fuck.
We are rich as fuck.
Let me see what the weight of what is it, a young dragon?
There is no way to see what it is.
I'll find
Don't
it.
you remember the whole dragging escapade?
Well, let's say it's 6,000 pounds. 6,000 pounds in platinum is
Yep. You'd see her kind of lean in, and she starts saying something in his ear, little very softly. You need a perception to hear it.
Oh, I need a perception to hear it.
I'm gonna roll that perception.
By the way, that's like 400,000 platinum.
Stefanos needs. He's just like, yes.
I hear talk about money.
You'd all hear it's, my lord. Though I certainly understand your excitement, that would bankrupt Oxford. Perhaps something more feasible, something more. She says, perhaps a script for 50,000, 100,000 gold. Perhaps that would be far more feasible than number you're suggesting.
Yeah, what?
Gold. No, that'd be copper, Stefanos.
He'd kind of look at her for a moment and this is not quite like she was very much saying this in an undertone. He's just like, you're more. He says, you're more aware of my city's finances than I am. That's what I pay you for. Ha! Well, right. Write it up. He turns and he starts looking at the dragon like, all right, where do I start?
I would go over and start basically spouting off facts like, okay, here's this. Start here if you want this, blah, blah, blah.
And oh look, this is some of Zach. Get that out of there.
She'd
That wasn't the dragon that did that to me, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Dragon fucked your shit, Zach.
Well, he
one.
killed him with fire, so.
Yeah, and then tore the shit out of him.
Oh, that's right.
He had a heyday.
Okay,
his aide would kind of incline her head to him, kind of give you guys a look over, inclines her head to you guys, and starts making her way off to both acquire his tools and begin writing a letter to send back to Oxford.
This is why we slay dragons. Money. Well, I would, between Stefanos telling him that, I would detail him from what I could infer the relationship between the two dragons and the tribe of hobgoblin orc.
He would drink in your words as he is just like, yes, okay. He would begin pestering questions like, with very plain questions along like the, was it more of a symbiotic relationship or was one truly the dominant in there?
Nod to the dragon. I'd say that was the dominant.
Ah, yes, of course. Yes, I imagine it is quite difficult to argue with a beast that could swallow you whole, eh?
I'm liking. It's like I imagine it's quite hard to argue. I mean, we did kill it.
That one hobgoblin chief, he didn't seem magical at all, right? I don't think he cast a spell.
No, like his subordinate cast spells.
Wait, that's true.
Yeah, he had several shamans and stuff, but he himself was more martially inclined.
Variant.
So
Didn't
they could have been the ones to do the spells. Okay.
didn't the one guy on the dragon use a meteor or some shit, or was that a scroll?
Yeah, that's who I'm talking
He
about. The subordinate.
He used a
Ah, okay, okay.
fucking necklace of fireballs, I think. One of the orcs from it.
That was one of the powerful of the shamans who died a very anticlimactic death.
You mean very perfect.
Oh yeah,
Gravity
absolutely
destroyed
perfect.
him.
But yep,
Gravity has ruined this land.
as Sodia would return with his tools, he would immediately just pulls his sleeves up, doesn't even give a shit that he's wearing fairly nice looking robes, and he would begin lifting up parts and begin immediately cutting with scalpels into the flesh in order to examine some of the under tissue. As he gets to work with his examinations.
Before he gets too far, I would apologies for my. We do have some business to attend to in Camelot. Need anything at all? Just motion. Servants in the castle are at your service.
He nod and say, "Ah, yes." His business rarely waits for any man, ever cutting into one's more important ventures. Nod.
I would say I will be right back. I need to pick up my spell book.
And Surya would kind of make her way over to you guys as he already goes back to working, and she'd ask if, since it's going to be nigh impossible to remove him from here until it is time to bathe him and send him to Camelot for the coronation, perhaps his meals could be brought out here. You need not worry about making him eat them. She'll take on that onus.
I just nod.
We're supposed to feed him too?
I'd nod.
No, it's just like she says, I'll make sure he eats it.
No, I
Just
mean, we're
bring
supposed to give him meals?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Worst
Yes.
guest.
He's a
That's
guest in your
exact-
castle. Fucking
Worst.
Exactly what the guest is.
I motion to the little staging area and say, I imagined as such.
She'd nod and thank you for your considerations. And your patience.
Deja vu.
Patience is a virtue, and this man has money, and it helps us.
Yeah.
Say to her if anything.
You're breaking up pretty badly.
I'd say if there's anything that for him need at your service.
I kind of want to cast Detect Thoughts on him, but let's be honest, he's not keeping them in his head.
No, he's not. As he's like,
Either that, or you start taking int damage because of how fast they're shooting. You can't keep up.
Fuck you, if I'm taking int damage from that. Jesus.
He has an alien mind, Stefanos.
in fact, from here you can hear him go 4, 5, 6 layers of separate epidermal flesh. No wonder they're fire resistant.
I'd like you to know, Joe, there is actually rules for getting stunned from using this spell, and they need to have 10 higher intelligence than you.
I fully believe this.
36?
Yep. He's not a wise man, but he's a smart man. Well,
Meanwhile, would you guys believe that he has absolutely no caster levels?
yeah.
Yes, I would.
Mm-hmm.
He's an
Nate.
academic.
Nate, one of the splat books I was looking at yesterday was literally class librarian. That's what I'm imagining he is, even if you didn't see the class.
Stefanos, I would inform you that with some horses ready for us, meet you at the front gate.
book, come back, and the dragon is right outside the gate right here, right?
No.
You guys had it set up out here.
It's out here.
Okay. And you're waiting there, Joe, or
Yep.
out there by him?
At the front gate.
I'd say to just wait over here. I'll be right back. Or just stay there.
You gonna conjure some horses?
I'm gonna conjure some horses. Well, yeah.
Wait here.
And I have to use my king with
I say, conjured horses last what, 8 hours?
2 hours per level. I gotta cast a level 1 hour per level. Cast a level 9, so 9 hours. Wait, no, 2 hours per level, so 18 right now. Unless I
Okay.
extend
Okay,
it.
that's more than enough. To
Regardless, it's done. Yeah. How long does it take to get to Avalon again?
It takes 12 hours unless you're killing your horse.
Holy shit.
I don't know what you're talking about. Horses had it coming.
They did have it coming, it's true. What do I even want?
Anyway.
And I will tell him
Oh, I don't know.
a little early, so it probably won't help much, but since I'm sure you won't be going to sleep anyway, maybe this will keep you up for a little longer. And keep watch on him and his attendant.
Yeah, he's gonna be way too excited.
He'd just kind of go,
And magic.
he'd ask, he'd be like, and the purpose of your enchantment? Like, he
Yeah,
basically
get a
details.
Get a nice rest without getting a nice rest.
He'd go, marvelously convenient. Oh, as he immediately begins gushing over like, oh my goodness, the work one could get done. He says, one would not need to waste such endless hours on the unfortunate necessity of sleep. Look at you and he'd say, how much would your services cost to come back with me to Oxford?
I had to start juggling that.
Have a good life, Stefanos. Coffee pot.
A bit, a bit busy here, but I could probably make you something or make something so you can do it yourself whenever you want before we're back.
Splendid, splendid, splendid.
And that it would cost about insert price here in
He
materials.
just waves his hand and says, it's done.
2,000 million platinum. It's done.
He'd say,
We're
no one.
bankrupt again.
He says, one cannot put a price on the amount of progress I would be able to achieve with such a boon.
Boon.
I'd also tell him the stipulation of the spell: no exerting yourself, or it'll wear off. Whatever exerting means, that's up to you.
He'd nod. And he'd say, yes. He says, if nothing else, time for books. Well then. He turns away and begins we're going back to working on the dragon.
And there's 5 of us going. That's right.
Oh, there. Yeah. Chris is dead as fuck.
Tark staying here?
No, Targa's coming too. We got 6 Stefanos,
6
but
of
I
us.
think he'd make his own horse.
I was gonna fly there.
No, he cannot make a horse.
Joe, you had the chance to copy that spell.
Yeah, but you know what he can do? Put 4 more explosive runes in his book.
Shut the fuck up.
That's 39.
Wait, Joe, what are we doing? We've got Conjure Carriage.
Oh! We can conjure a carriage.
Max speed, double the creatures are pulling it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it gets there in 6 hours. And it drives itself.
This is great. We're good. We're fucking great. Look at us go.
And if you're not going to, Conjure Carriage. It can carry up to 6 medium passengers. Done.
All
Well,
right, you guys conjure
did.
carriage and get on your
Well,
way.
Fine wouldn't get. Well, ooh. How
Ah,
fucking how many cosmetic embellishments do you desire, Stefanos?
Wait, what?
Embellish the shit out of it.
You can.
Oh, with
create
whatever
cosmetic-
cosmetic.
Yeah.
It
Just
is
walk the
embellished to
truck
fucking
with it,
back right now. It is gaudy.
Oh.
Because I'm
God.
trying it for the first time.
It'll slowly get more and more dull until you're just like, this spell doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
Make a new spell. It's shaped like a dick.
It's Conjure Warship.
That'll rev my
Land
engine.
Warship. It's got wheels.
Well, there we go. So, and we fucking great.
Actually, Joe,
Anyway.
I don't have it on my spell list. You conjure it today.
Conjured.
Bam. Okay. How gaudy is it, Joe?
Gaudy as fuck, because he's in the same boat as you.
Yeah!
It's like, Lord, please forgive me for indulging in this luxury this day.
You need to conjure up some shades.
I just. Beldroth would just shake his head. Okay.
The shrug.
Tarkus
Still
is pretty
works.
pleased with himself.
I just go talk to him about it. It's like, oh, that's great. I can't wait to do it myself.
Nope.
Wizards.
So you ride to the Camelot.
And that's... We are going for 6 hours then? Or would it be a little more?
Yeah,
Um,
we have.
Say you're able to move at double the pace of the creatures in the... Or is that...
No.
That's just maximum, right?
Under carriages, it says... Go to the right page, Google. Max speed, twice the speed of pulling creatures.
Okay, that's twice the speed. So are you pushing this bitch at its,
I mean, we're not pushing it, but they're quasi-real, so there is kind of a blatant disregard for them because they're only kind of real.
Well, how about this? We're also not driving. The unseen servant's driving. So let's say they go at max.
okay.
Good
You
enough for
guys
you?
would be able to fucking get there in about 7 hours instead.
Look at you
Okay.
making things.
And that means I can do full crafting time, because I'm not writing on anything. And my scroll should be done copying, I assume, right?
Yes.
I will take a nap.
Woke up. Take a nap.
Hey,
I didn't just wake up.
Well, as you guys would make your way, the time would go by as you guys would arrive in Camelot.
Nice.
Give me a second.
There will be less crinkles very soon.
So, Stefanos, I would ask you, I'd ask, how many of the nights do we... Say, do we just speak with Kay, or do we speak to Knights Beyond?
Let's think about it.
A lot going on in the kingdom.
I would say... Why don't we just... Then I would realize the background music changed. Anyway, why don't we just speak with Kay and see what he says? No need to start a debate, if we can avoid
Joe, what are you all immune to at this point?
Oh, what am I all immune to?
it. Nate, I'm
let-
immune to everything, including DMs. Okay, good. That's
Isn't that
part
what
of my
paladins
character.
are?
Shut up.
Hold on, let me find it.
Joe's immune to love.
Joe's a level a set 8 paladin, so
I am immune to all fears, all diseases, supernatural magical effects, and diseases and magical diseases. Again, and I am immune to charms, spells, and spell-like abilities. And everyone within near me gets +4 to fear and charms spell-like abilities.
you are not immune to poison, though.
Okay. Everybody except Joe will save.
Wait, hold on. Joe gets a will save, or?
Do they get a +4?
Everybody except Joe.
Oh.
Oh,
I'll
shit.
take care of that if they do.
Okay.
Is it mind altering?
I'll take care of it if it is.
It's a +3 if so.
The 31 is me, the 20 is Sen.
I'd roll, but I'm
Zach is okay, yay.
Maybe?
Stefanos is affected.
Oh, fuck! That's right. Sorry, Nate. Gotta roll for follower. I fucking spaced it on that one. I only have one monitor, so this is so terrible. Having to go between tabs. That's Satarka. My BE
Okay.
girl. Too used to being a paladin. And never being a rolling thing.
As you guys roll up onto the cobblestones of the streets of Camelot, making your way through the gates, you would hear a slight buzz of commotion beyond the doors of your carriage.
Do, with the will saves, do it sense that anything's wrong?
Nope.
Okay.
Well,
And, since the driver for the carriage is invisible, I don't know, it might freak people the fuck out. What's your call?
magic.
You'd see the guards would stop your carriage and kind of make their way over to the doors to basically like see who the fuck's in this thing.
I would open the door because of that way out to greet them.
Yep.
Very bustling today.
One of the guards. Bustling is a word, as you see something almost akin to the precursor to an angry mob forming slightly off from the gate itself. A couple people shouting irate words at the guards.
Like what?
Like what?
One man refers to them as fucking villains. Another one calls them, a murderer. Woman scream, "Give me my son back."
Oh God, what did we miss?
Yeah, right?
I'd
I
look
would ask
down.
I would ask the guards what's going on.
He says, "Nothing you need concern yourselves with, my lords. Just the rabble, just the rabble being unable to. Sorry. I was going to say it. Just the rabble being as ungrateful as usual. Says-
Nate.
But the
Okay.
situation is very much handled."
Detect thoughts.
I
Hold on.
I would have some words, so they might add to your detect thoughts,
Yeah, go ahead while I'm figuring
and
out
I'd say handled or. I would
Was
still
that
like to.
cut out?
I'd say handled or would still like to know.
He said handled or not.
Mhm.
I'd still like to know what has been missed and why there's a mob. This appears to be getting ready to capture us.
that is a silent, still, detect thoughts. You can go ahead with Joe I, do math.
He'd just kind of shrug and he'd say, He said,
Oh,
people.
suppose should. Oh, fine. I'm good.
He'd say, people are unhappy with some of the measures that the Roundhead has taken, had taken before Lord Tristan's arrival. It's nothing to be concerned with. The mass, he says, the mob is usually pissed off at one thing or another.
I'm sorry, I actually missed it. even though he was speaking in your words. What do you say? They're mad because
Pissed
there's
off at
something.
one thing because the measures that the round took prior to instilling Tristan
Okay.
as soon to be king, but unofficially right now king.
And I got the sacred geometry roll, so detect thoughts.
That is awesome, by the way, Stefanos. Does he get a will save too?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like he's gonna pass this.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
do
a
I need a will save, Stefanos?
I mean, it's concentration up to 1 minute levels, so I'm gonna keep it on. But
Okay,
Yeah,
you
fuck
just
it.
tell me if I need a will save. And
I
I'll
don't
tell
care.
you what I'm thinking.
it's
Well.
you're thinking.
You are taken aback by how hostile his thoughts are, as they are very much fucking ingrates. The round should just hang the lot of them, teach the rest not to fucking open their mouths, let alone harass the guards. So we should just, he says, in fact, fuck the round. We should just put them to steal ourselves.
Gee.
I'm just gonna be a little shocked at that, but not say anything. So you can ask or you can ask if you want, Joe, but
I
I
don't
pay
know what you
attention to
did.
you.
You've given
No,
me
we
no,
ain't paying attention.
no. You've not even given Atarka a reason to spellcraft because you did silent stilled.
yeah,
You're
I
just
was-
looking
But
at
if
him.
you I see my expression change just out of nowhere. You're like, whoa,
No.
what the fuck is that?
The guy would just kind of say, well, regardless, it's nothing more than occasional outbursts, nothing to be concerned with. He says, enjoy your stay in Camelot, says.
See you as well. Stay safe.
He'd nod.
And yeah, we're gonna head on up to. I'm actually gonna sit at the front of the carriage next to our invisible chauffeur.
And I would say, as we're leaving, once they're out of whispered earshot, basically what I got from him, what he was thinking. And detect thoughts last for 9 minutes, so if we get within 60 feet of one of the villagers, 60 feet within one of the villagers, I will do that to them too.
Yeah, you would hear their thoughts as it's very much the same, aggravated. Bastards. They're supposed to protect us, not harass us, so they should all be taken and drowned in the lakes. It says, drowned in the lakes for all the suffering they've wrought us. The round is supposed to be our protectors. What are they doing to us of late? As I remember when there was peace. Where has peace gone? And as you pass, pretty much a lot of the peasants' thoughts are the same. Outright hostility toward the round or the guards, or people bemoaning that, shit is just fucked up.
Okay. And kind of curious.
Doing okay. Shit, nah.
Don't worry, I wrote my thoughts on the.
And Joe,
Yeah.
you're on the outside of the carriage now?
Yep, I'm on the outside.
Okay. You would hear a shout of surprise as you see a young boy, probably around 11 or 12, hurl a rock at one of the guards. The guard draws his steel and begins running at the boy.
Joe, be Paladin.
Yeah, be Paladin.
How far away are they, Nate?
About 30 feet.
Get that Paladin over there between them, Nate. You need a reflex save to see how
You want
fast
a bull rush?
Oh, Nate, I would cast Shatter on the guard sword.
I don't know about all that.
Okay,
Anyway,
well,
anyway.
Joe's the one who's outside the carriage, so he would have seen this
Oh,
before.
that's true.
So like, what did you like? Stand up and take a springboard leap off the front, wings extended, just
Yeah,
glide over?
exactly.
Well, you'd manage to get between them as the boy's kind of got his arms raised, like that's going to protect him from a sword, and the guard is like, "You little shite!" As he's like coming over, sword raised, though he'd kind of pull back at your sudden appearance. Stefanos, you'd feel the kickoff of the force of Joe, lunging forth from the driver's seat of the carriage.
I'd go out there and see what's going on.
Hey, Zach, you feel it too. Oh, wow.
Now, everybody in the carriage would feel it. Sorry.
Oh. I'm
Nate,
getting out.
are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Paladin, wanna grab the scruff of this guy's whatever?
Of his booty.
I don't know. I just need to know how he reacts immediately.
CMB as he attempts to pull back from your
There you go.
scruff grabbing.
See him. Oh, all right.
I am preparing to break his sword if he tries to attack either of them.
I mean, I'm fine.
I know, but
He
it's
just
cool.
he just barely manages to pull. Right, I forgot. Never mind. You grab him.
Lifting him up, Nate. Say he threw a. You would strike him down in the streets. What kind of man are you? My teeth are bared, Nate.
His teeth are bared likewise as he says the little shite raised his hand against the kingdom of Camelot. All traitors should be punished as swiftly.
To him, I'd say I appear to have stepped in the way of your justice. Do I need to be put down?
He attempts to break your grip on him, but is unsuccessful. He says, "Unhand me! Give me back
Hold.
my brother, you bastard!" The kid yells from behind you.
Am I wait, I'm within 60 feet. Detect thoughts on the kid.
Yep, do that. That happens
Kid,
way
give me
faster
back my
than
brother,
me
you
making-
bastard.
Yeah, give me back my brother.
as you definitely hear that, there's a lot of this kid is just repeating almost like a hate-filled mantra. I'll kill you. I'll fucking kill you. I'll kill you.
Oh my god.
A little angry. Okay.
Kids nowadays.
What are they teaching in schools?
Obviously murder everything.
Keeping a hold of him, Nate. Oh, good stuff. Do it.
I
Uh.
will go near you guys, because actually, you know what, Joe, while you're doing that, I'm going to look around at the other guards. I'm going to
Well,
make sure
you
they don't
can-
try to intervene.
Well, there's no other guards in the immediate vicinity, but you do see some kind of off-a-ways that have started to kind of see this and are like, "What the hell is going on over there?" Zach and Stefanos, you guys would both definitely see the boy immediately begin stalking past you guys as he unsheathes his sword and begins making his way toward the guard, fury
Shatter.
on his face.
Shatter
I would,
On the kid's sword?
on the kid's sword.
Okay, what's save he gotta beat?
Oh boy. Will save object. Hold on.
No, the boy you'd use the boy's save.
Yeah.
So-
Yep. And it's a 20.
Good times. All right.
I would hold up my arm to stop him, too. If his sword stops or gets shattered or not.
And that immediately gives it the broken condition? Or how does that work?
Destroys non-magic objects of crystal glass. No. You can use against
Yeah,
a solid
it's
non-magic
done.
object regardless of composition.
Hmm.
1d6. Wait, no, that's
Yeah,
against
no,
one.
that's against crystal. So this thing's just fucked.
Yep. Okay. Fiery lines arc up through his sword as the thing blasts into shards, causing him to yell out in surprise as he stumbles back, throwing the weapon down.
Well, throwing what's left.
You look very pissed with this whole situation. Look to the guard. I will take care of this. Put him down. I'll patrol elsewhere. I'm gonna turn to the boy.
Roll diplomacy.
Hold on.
Or intimidate. That might also be applicable.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to do, Nate.
Are you trying to reason or scare?
I think I'm trying to reason at this point. Because I'm initially pissed, and now it's just like, no, there's more to this situation. Kid's not dead, but still. Guy to go on his way. That doesn't matter. Got this.
He takes a look at the whole situation he sees the boy's sword explode. Sheathes his own, and he just says, "This isn't over," and he starts stalking away.
Turning to the boy.
The boy's face is one of fury as he stares off after the guard, and he says, "Bastard raised his sword against a child. He should be gutted where he stands."
I
Wait,
would
the
look
kid
to him.
said that?
I'm gonna look down at him.
Oh, I want to talk.
Wait a minute,
You'd have time.
We had will saves. It's probably like an unnatural anger kind of thing. Okay, continue. That's enough medding.
Yeah. I'm trying to put that out of my thought process, Stefanos. Thanks for bringing it back. I'll say violence begets violence. The right to kill you, but he does have the right to put you in chains due to your assailment of him. This up has to why. Sorry. Diplo.
I hold up my hand to your words anyway, Joe. Say besides that, be any better than him if you did that.
He steals his jaw as he says, "The task of those who serve the kingdom is to protect the kingdom. If you hurt the people in it, you're no better than the brigands and villains who would do them harm." Just turns back and he storms back toward the carriage.
How young is this kid?
Your dude? He's 14.
Yeah, it's gross.
Okay.
I look up to you, Joe, and say, passionate little.
Yeah. Just shake my head. Say. Say this has happened too fast. Then I just walk back to the carriage in contemplation. And say this is happening too fast.
Morgana is going to attempt to placate the boy in the carriage once he gets there. On his way back to it, he'd pick up what's left of the hilt of his sword. He just grips it angrily, shooting you
question.
a look of utter contempt, Stefanos.
Sense motive. Hold on, there is a sense motive to see people are under charm or compulsion.
Who got mad?
Boy.
Some
Little
kid
boy.
Cool.
broke his weapon.
Hey, Zach.
Hey, Pete.
I lent you a towel to use while you were here.
It's
Yeah.
gone. It ain't yours anymore.
Did
Zach,
you
No, I didn't
take
take- I
that
didn't take-
towel?
No, I left it there.
Why didn't you
Where?
bring your own towel?
It would have been really mildew.
No. Where is it?
It was in Jimmy and Ryan's bathroom.
Oh, okay.
Toilet, or I think I hung it over the top of the.
Also,
top of the ledge of the bath.
Stefanos.
Okay,
It's
I'll check
25 for regular enchantments, 15 for dominant person.
Okay, well I didn't find it, but you have the save, so sense motive.
He definitely appears to be under some sort of enchantment.
That's
Though
enough
it's
for
a-
me. Detect magic. And spell.
Okay. Well, you would detect, and you're doing this on him specifically.
Yeah, while I was going, and then I would look around and everyone else see if they got the same thing. But
Okay. You would see it's a form of a I think this falls under the charm.
there is a spell called Compel Hostility. it doesn't really do what you're thinking of, but thematically it does.
Yeah.
Okay, but that still falls under the. This is. Okay, yep, this would technically fall under a charm effect, as it appears to be an enchantment designed to the same way one. This is for mechanics, because I don't entirely know how to say this thematically.
Yeah, no, I got you.
The same way you would use diplomacy to shift someone's attitude toward you, or you would use charm person to instantly make them friendly. This spell perpetually makes your attitude more and more hostile. It seems to be set up so that the targets of the spell would essentially view the authority of Camelot as the caster of the spell, so they are growing more and more hostile toward the target, or toward the caster.
Is it literally affecting every single person individually, or is there like an overarching aura of spell that just has everyone in its radius?
It seems to definitely exist in a radius, though in each individual within the radius, has to save. A successful save would prevent them from being affected by it for 24 hours.
Can I determine where the center point is?
This thing is just it's just this aura that seems to go on in all visible directions. You cannot see the end of it, let alone guess where the center is.
I was just thinking it might get stronger as it gets towards the center, but I guess it doesn't really work that way. Okay, I would wave everyone over and explain findings.
And upon looking around, you would see that it seems just about every commoner, minus like one or two here and there, seems to be under the effect of this enchantment.
What are the 1 and 2 that aren't under the effect doing? Are they just like trying to calm people down?
You get the fuck out of the way.
They're just going about their business, just kind of like, well, the city's gone to shit, but I still need to do my job. One of them appears to be a cobbler making barrels.
Oh, don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow. Yep, I would call everyone over and explain the findings. Some kind of enchantment. I don't know where it starts or ends. I don't know where it was cast.
Just nod. Let the knights know. Look to you, between you and Atarka.
Actually, are there any guards near me, Nate? Within 30 feet?
Not within 30 feet, but that one that just parted ways with you guys met up with the other 3 that were approaching. They're standing about 70 feet off.
If we get within, oh, I'm sorry, Tech Magic, 60 feet. If we get within 60 feet of a guard, I'm going to see if they have any auras on them too. Because them being hostile against Camelot doesn't make sense, but they're also very hostile.
They could also just be reacting to the
Yeah. No, they could be. I just want to be
hostilities
sure.
that are going on, but there could also be a spell that is inverse, reacting, similarly to how peasants are acting to the authority. Just, now it's authority acting to the peasants.
Yeah, they could be. I just want to know.
Yeah, I'd look between you and Atarka, and I'd say,
Sorry, I goofed.
it's all good.
It doesn't specifically make them hostile toward Camelot. It just raises their hostility. So anything that would set them off, anything that would normally anger them, angers them more, thrice
Okay,
over.
so the anger was there already. It just amplified it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so citizens could end up becoming violent toward each other. Guards could end up becoming violent toward each other, depending on how they're affected.
Gotcha.
If
Alright.
they're affected.
I
Uh,
just ask, looking between you, I just ask, can you devise a way to dispel it?
I mean, I could try dispelling it, but we need to find the center point. I assume we do. I don't know.
Bird can cast detect magic, right? just have him fly?
He can't cast detect magic now.
Damn it! Gotta get him an item of that, Stefanos. Just nod, say, find out what the Knights know first.
Find out what the what now?
What the Knights know as well.
And I assume the gates are closed because the peasants are all angry, banging at the doors.
Not quite banging at the doors. As you do see kind of a group, milling about at the kind of the beginning of the entryway, though they seem reluctant to form anything cohesive or group like. There are men at arms kind of standing at the ready at the bottom of the courseway. You do see a couple bloodstains on the cobblestones in somewhat sizable puddles.
If we touch them, do we see who died? Anyway,
It's good
What
spot.
I am doing is walking beside the carriage because I imagine due to the stuff, there's not a good chance we can move pace, and I'm just excuse me, pardon me to anyone that's in the way.
I would be out in front of not in front,
You
on the
can sit up
carriage
there.
next to the guy. Watching.
I'm just trying to keep.
One man who's forced to kind of move out of the way of the carriage, curses angrily and attempts to spit on you, but he misses.
It's fine.
I hope we rolled a 2 attack roll for that. Improvised weapon spit.
It's good. It's good.
No, that it only becomes a weapon if you have HIV.
He does. That's the beauty of it.
Anyway, yep, you guys would be able to make your way up to the courseway at that point, as you would see that scene with the bloodstains and the like.
Dragon Man is trying not to be mad at the people, guards, but
I assume there's
Dragon
no
Man,
room for the carriage, so why don't we all just get out and dismiss it?
that's the point. That's the plan at this point. Once we get too close, I'd be asking Otar to dismiss the carriage and say we'll walk past the way.
Let us get out first.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's part of the actions. But yeah.
Okay.
Nay,
Nice
everyone
ride.
that bumps into me or does anything, most diplomatic face, I'm going to just say apologies.
Yep, most people seem to be giving this little clearing before the courseway a
Okay,
fairly decent berth,
good.
as it seems some shit might have already gone down here.
Just making my.
And if you're still doing the whole detect magic thing at this point, because you were definitely within 30 feet of guard, Stefanos.
If it's compel hostility, I got the idea. I wouldn't bother.
Okay.
Or, you know what I mean? If it's just
Yeah.
not... Okay.
You would have also caught guards before you got to this point, and it would appear to be the same enchantment,
Okay.
making them more hostile. And upon kind of making your way up to the courseway, the men-at-arms would actually block your path initially, and they'd say your business. As the one just seems like he is just itching to swing his halberd at you guys.
Please swing your halberd at me. You'd say I'm here to speak to the Knights of the Round.
Please swing your previous halberd at me.
Narrow his eyes, and he'd say, "Are they expecting your arrival?"
They always are.
Trying to think. Say they are not. Here to meet specifically with Tristram. What's that?
Oh, you're talking.
Speak with Sir Tristram and Sir Kay.
Wait here. He nods
Somebody's
to
got a fucking toe.
So if I cast Charm Person on them, do they just become normal for me?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. That'll bump them down.
Ooh, that's what you do. You just make a big charm person cloud.
I
Make
don't have
your-
mass charm person.
You figure out when this one ticks, and then you have yours go on right after it.
Oh my god, I just want to. No, Joe. I just want to cast a giant mass enlarged charm person, permanency charm person, to me, in the entire settlement. Be like, everyone loves me.
Please don't do that.
Oh. Anyway, one of the men at arms sends one of the guys up the causeway with the message. As they stand vigilant, their eyes not fucking leaving you guys.
I'd ask if there are any wounded among the guards.
As
Kind
if
of
the
motion them back to campus.
he'd just say as if the mob could harm the men of Camelot. As he just spits those words out defiantly.
At this point, I want to provoke him, but I'm just like, I want to say it may take years, but eventually the river will defeat the mountain. But you know, we ain't doing that. I'm also not wise enough for shit like that.
It would take about... You'd be left standing there for about 15 minutes for a runner to make his way down the causeway and tell them that you guys are to be shown in immediately. And given the courtesies of... And you are to be given the courtesies of the kingdom. The man-at-arms simply just nods like... If this were an anime, he'd be doing that little click noise. Or teeth sucking, whatever that is.
Or if he was
Makes
a
that
black
noise.
woman.
Oh my
But
god, Japanese people are all black women.
I think that is inherently different than the... Or what the...
Okay, enough noises. Let's go.
Anyway.
It's okay. Teeth sucking, either way, it transcends race.
Yep. You guys make your way up to the castle. Chris.
Oh!
Huh?
Chris is irrelevant.
What do you-
Or no, relevant,
what-
not irrelevant.
What do you
Love
want
Chris.
from me? I just came into the city, everybody was fucking irate as shit.
Chris
Yep.
needs a roasting.
As you,
No, I already passed it.
as you step off the,
I
He failed
flexed.
at the first word.
as you enter the city walls from, arriving at Camelot, the scene that greets you is not quite what you were led to expect, as the air is very tense and and it seems that a riot is almost, is just waiting for the right spark to, set off.
Let me throw it on my fucking sexy picture. You guys ready for this?
You did.
Ew. Oh, panties
Mm.
are soaked, Chris.
I'm sitting on his shoulder right now.
Oh, Dante.
It's familiar.
He's so tiny.
I'm a little man. You want your arm whistle?
Chris is a diminutive bodybuilder.
Wait, is that really your size? Oh,
No.
okay.
Of course not.
Well, I
feel
think
like we should
Godling,
put
I
the
think like
Godling-
tiny god.
We should put the Godling next to the guy that worships a god. Chris will be my god.
Just because one day I may grow. No, actually, I'm not growing wings. I took that out. Alright, well, do you need a will save, Nate? Because I was not here when you did all that.
You don't want to grow wings like
For the
this?
I will
Don't worry about it for now.
I will flex those muscles. Oh, that's right, I'm an outsider.
Ah.
Oh wait, you're not an evil outsider, so if I smite you, I won't do double damage.
Wait! That's what you were excited about?
Yeah. Look, Chris, if you turn on us, I gotta be able to put you down quick. You got muscles, man.
Oh my fucking god.
Joe is so paranoid.
I know, that's what I
No,
was thinking.
he's just so excited to hit somebody and do a shit ton of damage.
Yeah.
Alright.
Why not both?
Anyway, yep, the scene that greets you is not quite what you were led to expect, as the air is brimming with hostility.
My children, please calm down as you flex without a shirt on.
If
Please spread some oil among your flexing
if
biceps.
if only
and
I had the
pecs.
one beloved by all thing. If
Bitches.
only.
Everyone loves me.
Right now it'd be tolerated by all.
That's true.
But yeah, Nate, I just see that and keep going. Just remember that. I hope I have some kind of missive.
Actually, it
Yep,
only
you do.
affects a humanoid target. I'm technically a monstrous humanoid.
Yeah.
Oh, and 10 wouldn't matter either because he's an animal. Anyway,
Yeah, he complains anyways.
that's true.
Well, I guess I'm making my way to the castle.
Yep. As you're making your way, you hear a commotion as you off to your right down a road that you're approaching. So like if you're heading that way, the road's like off this way.
Well, I ain't in no hurry. Let's see what's going on.
Okay.
I haven't been in 1.5 sessions. Let's do it.
As you'd be getting there, you'd see a small group of people, which appears to be a young girl, a woman, and a younger woman, as well as an older man begging what appears to be a pair of guards. One of them is lashing a noose around a young man, probably 18 years old, and throwing it over a post, like they're about to hang him right in the street. And you can hear the guard saying something about, treason has but one penalty, met. Get back, or you'll share the same.
Wait, he said that to me?
No,
Oh.
he's saying it to the group who is begging
Oh, okay.
them to spare the young man.
Well, Nate, are all acts of treason, even stealing bread from a guard, does that mean death? Is that a thing?
Knowledge local.
I need knowledge for the law on executions.
You haven't been here before.
Maybe I have.
I think for laws and customs is local. So
Knowledge.
You can take a 10 if you don't have it. You automatically get things below DC 10.
That'll take me... Well, you can't roll knowledges on these anyway, so there's a penalty, so I would imagine
No,
not.
but with DCs below 10s, it is a special thing with knowledge.
Ha!
That's so that, commoners can know anything.
you were able to. You're pretty sure that that normally things like that would not warrant a death sentence. In fact, their use of the word there's a fairly small grouping of things that would generally fall under treasonous. Stealing of bread would just be simple theft, usually revolving around like a fine or an incarceration.
And the local laws, rules, and population locations.
Well, I guess I'll approach. Is there a guard that's not, tying up the noose?
Well, there's only two of them present.
Hmm.
The one is trying to keep the people back. The other one is because the young man is kind of slumped against the post, like he's either dazed or disoriented. They probably roughed him up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is slinging the rope and is getting ready to pull him to his feet by the noose. As you approach, the young woman turns to you, teary-eyed, and asks, "Please, please help us. They're going to kill him." Which draws the one guard who's keeping them back, his attention over to you as you approach.
Look at her for a moment, and then look at him. And I'd ask, what for?
guard would simply say that this man was caught uttering or making treasonous utterance toward the kingdom of Camelot and the authority of the Round.
Barrister isn't there.
Yeah,
You're right.
I'd kind of cock my head a little. And say, people talk all the time. If you hanged everyone who did that, you'd hang the whole city.
City.
The guard simply narrows his eyes and says, "We've plenty of towers." Says, he says, perhaps you'd like to hang among them.
Bro, this is a PC.
Do you want to try, bro?
I'd cross my arms, close my eyes, and think for a moment. Tap my foot a few times. Say, do you know what time it is?
He just glares at you.
Nod at him. Look at the sun. Nate, about what time is it?
It'd be a couple hours after midday, so about probably 2 p.m. Not 2 p.m., sorry. It'd be like closer to 4 p.m. No, I was right. 2 p.m., sorry.
Thinking. I don't really care if I beat up a few guards. I don't have a very good reputation to begin with. I'm convinced they just sent me away so I had something to do. Let's see.
Bother someone else for a while. God damn it.
Yep. Yeah. I don't like
ties
rules.
with a nation we don't give a fuck about.
I don't like
Send him
rules.
A knight who doesn't like rules. Oh boy.
Yeah, what?
I have to like the rules to follow them.
No, I follow my own words.
He's his own knight.
Nod, give it one more nod, and smile and say you could be doing a better job. Looking at the guards.
The one who's got the kid or the young man to his feet at this point, but he kind of looks back at you like, the fuck are you talking about? As the one just simply grips the pommel of his sword and he just says, "Beat it." His eyes flaring angrily.
Gauntlets still count as unarmed. I'm not proficient with unarmed, so...
I don't think they do. I think they count as armed, don't they?
No, you still fight as though you are using unarmed, so...
Yeah, it's just your damage that changes.
Yep, so...
So you are treated as armed if you're proficient with said weapon.
Oh, okay, so...
So, like, you would be able to do attack of opportunity, or attacks of opportunity, I believe, if you have gauntlets on.
Okay,
Maybe?
that's all I need.
I think.
It's considered an unarmed strike, but you are...
Considered armed? Yeah.
You can deal, lethal damage as if you had, the feat to say you can do lethal damage with unarmed attacks. It's a
yeah.
weapon.
It's a weapon. Yeah. But there's a specific thing where if you don't have improved unarmed, you you are not threatening with your fists unless it's somebody who's
But you're not hitting with
Something-
your fist, you're hitting
something
with your
weird.
gauntlets.
It's still it's otherwise considered an unarmed attack. So unless he'd be threatening with his fists, he would not be threatening even with gauntlets on.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. I don't remember. Alright, well, it'll be quicker with a sword anyways. I'd kind of slump my sword off my back and just let it land on the ground with my hand on it and say, "You should respect your elders."
That action would cause him to kind of take a step back as he's unsheathed his weapon as well.
That's good, Chris.
As he's just like, he just says, "I warned you," and he would.
Dead. You fucked yourself.
And
You
initiative.
played yourself.
Please.
Do you really need initiative?
It won't take too long, so I'll...
That's what I mean, like,
Yeah.
gonna destroy that.
And
For the sake of it.
he is getting me flat-footed, so I don't get to use retribution right away.
Well, I mean, depending on who goes first, I mean, you both know this was about to happen,
Ooh,
so
good
it's not
point.
gonna be a surprise round. But he would in fact go before you.
There you go, guard. There you go.
Well,
It's for you, guard.
And he would take a swing at you as he says, "Traitors all deserve death."
Traitor.
And
don't forget that 20% mischance.
Oh, wait. I get what's going on here.
What?
Nate was really digging on the new Star Wars, so that's why everyone's a traitor now.
Oh, did you see the new Star Wars?
Nope, I just know that he's a fucking traitor.
oh, god damn it!
Traitor.
Anyway,
Star Wars.
he would miss as the strike. At least he thought it was about to hit, but seems to whiff off. And his companion actually drops the rope and draws his sword and begins moving up to you. Your turn.
Oh, idiot.
I'd
Not see how many he has.
say, and I'd put the sword over my shoulder and say, "Go again."
Nope, I'm good. I like this character. Let's keep going.
I'm going to prepare to attack one who strikes me, and this way I'll be able to hit both of them when they attack me.
Well,
I'm just gonna get fucking comfy and enjoy sunlight, Chris.
Oh my god, I am!
the one who just missed you yells "bastard" and he takes another swing at you.
Well, he's the first one to get a swangin'. Let's see, what's this number that
Swing it
we're adding?
lethally or non-lethally?
Oh,
What's
he's
it?
swinging lethally.
No,
I'm
crap.
sorry, I'm
Oh.
back now.
I don't know. You think I should swing? My attack modifier is
Are you just doing it for an attack, or if they manage to hit you?
Yeah.
Let's say if they hit me.
Yeah.
Because that was how you worded it the first time.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Let me. I also need to double check retribution.
Okay, you would be able to parry his attack with ease.
Oh, that thing you said earlier in the Discord, the gem. Probably gluttony, but yeah, I can see wrath.
The second one would likewise swing at you,
Okay.
and his attack. At least he thinks the way he kind of stumbles for a moment, it seems like he thought he was about to strike, but he whiffs off.
I don't think this is worth my strength. Just sheathe your fucking sword.
Oh no, I've got a better one.
As his turn ends, you can see that the men and the women have actually kind of are kind of moving around you guys and are starting to kind of unstring up the young man. They're beginning to try to untie the young man as the guards seem focused on you.
Nate,
turn.
you guys ready for this exciting turn?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Oh, I need a bedroll. Rub my chin. And I'm going to prepare to swing at the next guy who swings at me.
Well, the first guard who swung at you would swing at you again.
Oh, how dare you?
Non-lethal penalty is -4. I have a 19 modifier. What do you guys think?
I think you got it.
How do you have a 19?
Don't
He's
I-
strong as shit.
Don't ask questions.
Why don't you non-lethally power attack? You'll
I mean-
still probably hit him.
Strong as shit. You guys are level 9.
Let's go. Yeah, let's try non-lethal. Let's just do it.
Power attack?
Okay.
I really want to know how you got
And he's taking a nap. He's
You-
taking a nap.
You would hit the man, roll non-lethal damage. Now remember, these are guards in a metropolis, so...
This motherfucker's handing naps out over here.
Okay. That's how I'm doing it, Stefanos.
Chris is so fucking strong, he doesn't even want a magic sword.
I don't need a magic sword. Look at that 13.
God, you do have a fucking 9 strength.
As you smack him with your weapon, he kind of stumbles for a moment, as he seems kind of disoriented, but still standing.
Chris, why don't you have an axe?
I take it his attack didn't work.
No, it did not,
Okay.
as you were able to sidestep it by a fair margin. The second one would then swing at you.
Alright.
And he would hit.
Ooh, retribution!
You
Yeah,
dare
what's going on now,
are your
Chris?
beautiful face.
It's an attack of opportunity for me.
God damn it!
You would take 7 damage and take your attack of opportunity.
He did lethal, Chris.
Yeah, you should power attack now. You have power attack, right?
Nope.
What
Chris
is
doesn't
wrong with
need
you?
power attack.
No, you know how much more? You know how great?
It gave him 6 more damage.
No, I needed combat expertise. There you go. That's retribution. Here's some non-lethal for you.
Dare strike you.
That is one use gone.
Perfection. I love this fucking class. I love everything about Godlings.
Well,
Anyway,
I do have uses
You
per
would
day.
hit.
Okay. Hat. There you go.
yep. As you strike him with a solid blow, he staggers too, taken aback by the force of your impact, but remains standing.
I do really have somewhere to be, guys, so if you could just fall over. Please.
No, I need to keep him distracted till the people get away at least. That would keep him distracted.
Or knock him out.
Let's see. Be your turn then.
Yes. Well, I mean,
That's the-
the prepared
he
action.
He lumps the enemies all as one, so you are before the collective of enemies. Your order does not change.
Okay. Oh, even though I went in between them.
No, you went off the first one that swung.
Yeah, so you
Oh,
went
true,
forward.
true. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Well, actually, these two do have separate initiatives.
Oh,
but
okay.
the second guy
Yes.
just went, and he goes before the
Just to be
first,
sure, when do you need my card again?
first guy.
9:30.
Okay.
So
Okay.
he is now solidly between them.
Okay, so my turn.
Yep.
Or not sure. Okay.
You could full round non-lethal on both of them.
He doesn't want to fucking waste his time on that. That's a fuck them. They ain't worth it.
I'd just say. Well, actually, I wouldn't really say anything. I'd just be. Nate, did the people get away?
Their turn is after yours here.
Okay, then they'll be gone.
Well, they'll be attempting again to untie the man.
Oh, okay. I
If you're
would.
waiting for them to be gone, they've probably got another 2-3 turns before they can be out of here.
Mm-hmm. Perception without impetus. What kind of action?
Move action.
Okay. Let's do a perception. Just to see who's
What are
all...
you looking for?
If there's any more guards around.
Okay. Roll it.
Yep.
Does not appear to be.
Okay. I'd sigh and say I should have a word with whoever trained you boys. And I'm gonna prepare to attack a guy who swings at me.
Okay. They successfully get the young man untied and get him to his feet.
Yay!
That's all they can manage in their round. And back to the first one, and it's gonna take a moment to kind of assess you, and then he's gonna swing.
Oh fuck, I got hit that one time. How much damage was that?
7.
It was so irrelevant.
Okay. Alright, he's swinging at me.
Yep.
Alright, swinging at you.
You hit as you sidestep his strike with ease,
Hit.
and then as you bring your weapon down, he hits the ground like a sack of potatoes and bounces. He appears unconscious.
I like to think I just stepped past him and bonked him in the back of the head.
With the pommel. Because, you know, you're doing non-lethal damage.
Or with the flat.
Ooh, that too, yeah.
It's like fucking hell, not even worth the blade as you just elbow him. But yeah, anyway. Yep. One guard down. Second one's just gonna kind of look at that, and he's gonna cry out with rage, and he's gonna take a swing at you.
Alright. Well, you
How
let me know
dare
if
you attack my physical perfection?
That's exactly it.
Boy.
Boy.
Crit. Please tell me he crit.
In his haste to step forward,
Oh, no.
he actually steps on his comrade's gauntlet, tripping himself up, causing him to fall prone, and his sword goes falling from his grasp and lands in your square.
Can I pick that up?
Yeah. Chris turn.
Chris turn.
I'm gonna squat down, pick up the sword by the blade. There's a move action right there. I'm gonna say, oh wait, shouldn't you carry him out of here?
Man, Chris, you really do have to have a word with whoever trained him.
And I'm gonna toss the sword back to him. Say, I sure as hell don't want to carry you two. Or I sure as hell don't want to carry both of you. I'm gonna stand back up, maybe?
Yeah, it's basically presumed you lean down to pick up the weapon, you're back to a standing position.
Okay.
And that whole sequence of movements is a move action.
Okay. And tossing the sword to him was a, standard.
Get,
That's a
Yeah.
free.
Oh, yeah.
it's a free to just drop it, I think, but to specifically get it into
You can
another
drop it one square around
Yep.
you.
If he's one square adjacent to me, I can just drop it in his square.
I understood.
So,
You're good then.
okay.
Free action.
Alright. Well, I'm not going to prepare to do a thing this time.
Okay. So the commoners have begun to evacuate as they double move away and round a corner. One guard's unconscious. Second one would pick up his weapon as his face is just red with a combination of embarrassment and fury, as he would attempt to get his comrade over his shoulder and begin to beat a hasty retreat.
This is a good
Combat is over.
And nod. Say, smile to myself and say, that went well. Go to the castle.
Okay. As you make your way up to the courseway, you'd see a grouping of man-at-arms, considerably better armed and armored than the guards you just battled. The one would he'd look to you and he'd say, "Halt. What's your business?"
Oh, I spelled gauge wrong. I'd be digging around in my pockets for the missive. Say, I believe I'm here to see the round. And
He'd motion to hand it to him.
Yep.
Give it a look over. He'd nod. He'd hand it back to you, and he'd motion for you to be on your way.
I'd ask him, quick as I'm going by, I'd say, has Camelot always been like this?
He'd shake his head and he'd say no. Say the dissidence and treasonous air has only affected the people the last few weeks. It seems to be growing worse with each passing day.
I'd nod.
I can't tell if he's affected or he's the one guard who made us safe.
I think he made it. Yeah, on my way.
Yeah, that didn't sound as venomous as it could have.
Hmm. What do you mean? What do you mean like this? You don't like me the way I am now?
As you'd make your way up to the causeway to the castle, Joe's axe Stefanos.
You
Heyo.
see fucking sunlight.
Oh, yeah. Nate, I forgot to mention, I would also look at everyone that we brought, see if any of us have the enchantment on us.
Aside from the boy, no one.
Oh, the boy has it?
The
Oh,
boy
yeah.
is weak-willed.
Yep.
Damn,
Yep.
14-year-olds.
He appears affected by the enchantment.
Wait, was he the one who drew a sword and I shattered?
Yes.
Whoops. Oh well. Too bad. Okay. Oh, but he did hear me mentioning about the anger thing affecting
Yes.
everyone. How did he take that?
If anything, it seems like it made him more pissy.
Joe's doing his job. Okay.
But yeah, as you guys are shown in, you guys are being escorted up past the main flight of stairs to the round. And as you guys are shown in, you would see a second.
Are they affected? Oh,
Look,
Jesus.
it's all the glorious faces.
I would like to know who is affected.
The enchantment does not appear to exist within the castle walls.
I don't think I've met Grumbleface over here.
Nope, he's new. Ish.
Does he have Soul Calibur over his back?
He does have a massive greatsword leaning up against his sword or his chair.
He has a sword leaning against his sword.
Yes! Yes!
That sounds like a very Chris thing to do.
It's like he jams a sword into the ground. What's that for? So I can lean this other sword against it.
Did I meet up with them already, Nate?
Not yet.
Okay, making sure.
And yep, you would see the round at deliberation. You'd see that Anthony is over in his spot along the wall. So you'd see his stepfather is next to him.
Damn Tyrion.
Give his stepfather a nod.
If the aura is not in here, is he still effective?
He does appear to still be affected though.
Okay.
Got that
And
narration.
it does not appear that anyone else in the room is affected.
Alright.
What
And
are you
as
doing,
the
Pop?
Tristan would give you guys a kind of a He would attempt to smile as he gives you guys a nod. And Lord Gawain would greet you guys, and he would say, he'd say, fair day. He says, a fair day to you.
As well, but it doesn't appear to extend to the rest of the kingdom.
No. Fortunately, it does not. Gaheris would just nod, and he would just say, you know, good timing. We were about to actually send missives to summon you to the city early.
As I'd hoped. Just congratulate Tristram personally. Seems this Camelot enchantment.
They probably don't know that.
I would, yeah.
You can say eyes would narrow as you have everybody in the room attention.
Nod down to Catman Fu.
That's just gonna be my name.
Say yes, we had an incident. We sent some magic afterwards. You, Stefanos, and I'd say you said it was just over the whole city, correct?
I'd nod. Yes, there's some, or as you could best describe it as like an aura of hostility affecting most of the city. It doesn't appear to be in here, but I'm not sure where its source is. It doesn't appear to be in the castle at all, but I'm not sure where the origin is.
So Elian would just say, it's not surprising that such fell enchantment would not be able to pierce the castle walls. I'm sure Merlin has plenty of safeguards to prevent such an occurrence. But if an enchantment like that is affecting the people of our city, that would certainly explain the escalation and the violence. He'd turn to Gaheris and he would say, "Do you what say you now, Gaheris? Do you still feel that we should do you still feel that we should enforce the law so stringently when it is not the people's fault that they are breaking it? Law is the law, Elian. If we were to, whether they're at fault or not, order must be maintained."
This enchantment is lifted. Tall order.
What was that?
It's until this enchantment is lifted, that's a tall order. This point where a pot very close to boiling.
Sir Ector would nod and he'd say, "I very much agree." He'd let out an exhale. Say, any hasty moves could lead us into a civil war, not against betrayer knights, but against our own people. And that is not a war that we can win. Tristan would nod and say, "I agree." He'd say, either we are overthrown by their anger, or we kill them all, and are such more the failures for it. Now, there's
corpses.
He'd say, there must be another way out of this.
You know, I just realized I'm gonna look around, and I'm gonna kind of whisper over to you, Joe. I'm gonna say, so where's Kay?
I was wondering that myself, Zach.
Yeah.
Wondering if I should mention it.
Pretend we have a right to, but perhaps there's something within the study castle that could assist us.
I don't know. Oh no, I'd say if we can find the source of this, I could probably get rid of it. But I have no idea where that might be.
And you mentioned Merlin's study, Joe?
Yeah.
The knights would look to one another. And Tristan would say, well, if you can get into his study, I suppose you're free to look around. He says no one's been able to get in the doors since before he parted. Or since he left with Arthur.
I just nod.
Aglavane would look over to you, Stefanos, and he'd say, You say you can break the spell?
So I can say, probably.
Leans forward slightly, his heavily gauntleted arm dragging across the wooden table. Alright, Furball. He looks around to the rest of the group.
Raise my eyebrows.
He'd say, Let's have him search for this source. If he can get rid of it, our people can calm the hell down, and peace can get back underway without us having to crack the skulls of our own people together.
Now, which guy's saying this?
Anger saying it.
Aglavane.
Knight of Anger.
Or Aglavale, sorry.
The guy who leans his sword on swords.
I'd say, well, maybe if you stop insulting me, I might be more inclined to help.
He looks back at you for a moment. Says, Did I insult you? I'm so sorry.
Nah, I don't feel like it anymore.
I might.
Sir Ector kind of holds a hand up, and it's just like, there's no need, with so much hostility in the city itself, there's no need to antagonize or raise antagonists, there's no need to antagonize each other. We need not bring hostility into our own house.
This man knows what's what. There's a reason.
Aglavane just laughs, or Aglavale, and he just says, no hostility here. Just good-natured ribbing. Hey, Fuzzball?
I'm not gonna say anything, I'm just gonna raise my eyebrows at him.
I am a cat! Excuse me, I must lick my junk. Bet you're jealous.
Tristan would just sigh. As he's about to speak, a messenger would make his way up behind you guys in the room, and he'd say, Sir, envoy from France has arrived. Send him up. Would be, and you'd hear Gawain say, send him in. And moments later, a small escort would enter the room, followed by this man.
I guess I have a
Look
cut
at this
somewhere.
freak in his hair.
Oh, hey, I look like Shiro from the new Voltron.
You.
Or half and half Dante.
Nah, skin's too
I like
tan.
Whoa, that's racist.
Dante's pale as fuck. That ain't racist. Fucking wetback. Making
Whoa.
everything racist.
Whoa, now we gotta go to court. I feel offended, and I'm posting on Tumblr about this right now.
Oh, do you feel offended? Do you? Do you? Maybe you should go back to fucking Mexico.
Oh, Tumblr's gonna hear
I
about
missed a
this.
lot. Thank you, Chris. This is what we have.
Well, I guess I'd step in and look at the, look at this bizarre circus tent.
Just nod at you.
That's good, Chris.
I'd just look at you guys and go, huh. I'd hold up my hand and say, go on. I think I was interrupting something.
They would incline their heads to you, and Tristan would return his attention back to the group, and he would say, yes, well, as we were stating, if you can gain entry into Merlin's room, you're free to use whatever you find there, if it can help alleviate the problems in the city. Look, he'd turn to you, Stefanos, and he'd say, Master Magus, is it within your power to find the source of this spell?
Who
You-
said that?
Tristan.
Are you in cat form, Stefanos?
No, I'm in person form.
Okay.
Person cat form.
Yep. The soon-to-be king said that to you.
Hmm.
Yes. Is it within my power to find it?
Potentially. Depends on
No,
where
I
it
mean,
is.
that's what he said. Okay.
Yeah, he said, is it within your power to find the origin of this spell and disable it?
I would not.
He would nod and say, he'd look to you and he'd say, then, as you were able to discern that the enchantment was actually in place, if possible, would like to leave the task to finding and destroying it to you. This is more to the group at this point.
I'd point at myself questioningly.
I mean, did you walk up to them, or are you still standing like a
You
little
just
ways
walk
off?
up there and you're like,
I'm standing away.
"Hold
I'm
up,
standing away
PC
off.
magnetic powers. I'm being drawn into the group. No.
He's clearly referring to the folks he was talking to before
I
you
am
arrived.
one
Okay, good.
now.
Okay, then I wouldn't point at myself. I'd just be nodding. It's good to see that somebody's taking care of this. City's not completely fucked.
Ah, no, we could be doing evil things. You don't know.
And as
Just look to Sir Tristan and say, consider it well.
Chris,
Yes.
you see Aglavane just sizing you up, and he just nods.
Yeah. let's go be prideful together.
I just kind of tilt my head at that nod.
Well, is that Tristan would nod to you guys, and he would say, he says, apologies, friends. You did come to us. I presume you had a matter of your own to bring to us.
Say not just some personal words for you. They can wait.
He'd nod and said, perhaps I'll have time to hear them this evening then. He'd turn his attention to Chris and motion you forward.
Come forward, Ling of God.
So here's the spot, and I'm like,
There we go.
we should. But the PC guy's here, so it, makes sense for character. Stay here. The character's like, no, we're dismissed. We're done.
Alright.
Well, I tuned in for some of your guys' conversation.
Yeah. I'll hang around just a little bit. Maybe there's more I can infer. Maybe they need something of me that involves you. I've justified it.
Give me horses.
As the he'd motion you forward, Chris, and you would then step forward. Say, honored envoy. It's a pleasure to host you within our kingdom. Say, do you have a message or missive for me? From the honorable Kingdom of France.
Say, I do. I'm not sure what it says, though. They didn't really tell me much. And I'd hand it to him.
The note.
Tristan would take it, break the seal, and open it up.
Just
Gaharis would be giving you a look that very clearly states, you know, you are a servant of your realm. They don't need to tell you shit.
He's right.
He is right. 100% right.
Tristan would just kind of blink for a moment as he looks at the missive,
Yep.
as he actually starts to laugh.
Bet it's blank.
And he kind of rolls it back up and he just says, I suppose it's good to see that the West Emperor has not lost his sense of humor.
I'd smile at that. Maybe he's the one who likes me.
He'd look up to you and he'd simply say, it seems for a
Low price of 9.95.
or he'd say, it seems that for the foreseeable future, your services are ours to use. He'd kind of give you like something of an apologetic, like face. As not everyone would be so keen to suddenly be like, hey, you gotta go help these.
And place my chin in my hand. And I'd close my eyes and I'd nod. Say, wow. Actually, wouldn't say anything. And just look at him.
He'd nod, and he'd say, well, he'd kind of give you a look up and down. He'd say, I suppose now we have to find a task for someone of your skill. As he'd give you a look up, he'd look over to the He'd seem to think for a moment. Sir Ector would say we could ask him to patrol the city.
I'd raise my hand. Say, I already did that. It's not good.
Elian would say, well, the better then. He'd, if you've already taken to defending the peace of our city, then perhaps you'd be better to continue it.
I'd raise a finger, and well, Agravain's gonna say some stuff, so I think he defeats my finger.
He just kind of like chorts a bit, and he's just like, city watch is beneath such a man. Give him a task worthy of his blade.
Say, Perhaps we could find use for him. Imagine if there is such an enchantment over the city. If it's not just led to be a permanent spell, someone has to maintain it. And would have to be particularly powerful to do as such.
There'd be some glances cast between the round, and Churston would nod, and he would say, each man at this table has had his share of battling powerful wizards. He'd nod and say, he's yours to use as you see fit, Sir Beldroth.
Just give a nod and say, "Yes, Sir Tristram."
He'd as he like before you'd be turned to dismiss, he would say, "Sir," motioning to you, Chris, with something of a smile. He would say, "I look forward to this, or in the words of the West Emperor, I look forward to seeing your..." He kind of pauses, and he says, "riotous mischief."
Oh boy.
And smile, tilt my head, and say, "I just do what needs to be done."
He'd
He's
nod.
strong and he follows orders. There's at least 4 people in the round that like this guy.
I mean,
Just immediately.
I don't always follow orders.
Shh. Sounds like
Chaotic
it.
good. Chaotic good, right, Chris?
Neutral good.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm still the only not good guy.
Well, with that, you guys would be dismissed.
So you're an evil prick by association.
There you go. I'm gonna shoot him an evil glance, or a nasty glance until they leave. Even if he's not watching.
Well,
He would see it, just causing him to like cock an eye, and like his head moves back for a moment, like, really? Bring it on.
Do it.
he will crush your force spear, Stefanos.
I would be impressed if he did.
He's got like 20 levels in badass.
Zach can't crush it with a crit.
Wait, why am I in this now?
Give you a scythe.
But I mean, I wasn't even in this.
He's using you as a base point for insane amounts of damage.
Oh, okay.
Which is a good place to point. Anyways, I'd make my way out and assume people follow me. I'd just turn to greet Chris as he departs too. I'm assuming he departs.
I like how they didn't get moved off, or they didn't get deleted. They just got fucking shoved somewhere else.
Into the void.
Yeah, I
For
just saw them
reasons
disappear.
I can't move them onto the GM layer in that spot. So
Weird.
Oh fuck.
Oh wait, this is Matt. Whatever. It doesn't. Right.
But yeah, you guys would part ways, and yeah, Joe turns to Chris.
Extend a hand. Pleasure to meet you, Sir Knight. Beldroth.
Nate, have I heard of him before?
Huh? Knowledge local.
Knowledge,
I'm
knowledge.
a local superstar.
Oh man.
Hey Nate, I want to know. Have
Or
I heard
no.
of him? Have I heard of him before?
Fuck yourself, Stefanos.
Oh.
He's aiding Chris.
You feel like you've heard the name before, but you don't remember how.
Does he have a French accent?
He
Oh,
does.
yeah, well,
His words do have a slight clip of associated with French dialogue. You could probably tell he is a countryman.
Shake his hand. I'd say, call me Abby.
just say Sir Abby then.
Just Abby.
Morgan would kind of cock an eyebrow at that. She'd say, Abby. Interesting. Or she'd say, more interesting by the moment.
Chris, you're wearing a shirt, or you're wearing armor?
Yeah, I have to, otherwise my arms look like fucking gross construct monster arms.
Damn, that's what we want.
I'd ask you, Joe, I'd say, what part of France are you from?
Think.
I don't know what part I'm from.
Let's say what part specifically. Moved around a little. I came to it's Britain, England, yeah, England. I came to England. So all of it.
Nate, are things better in France than they are here?
It here currently is about where France is on the downswings. France fluctuates a lot. It is fairly inconsistent and could be and swings in a wide arc between fantastic and oh fuck.
I'd just say
Right. We're at the good part of the swing. I don't want to go back. No, you can't take me.
I'd just say, well, it's not much better back home.
Just say, has its moments. Always will.
I'll be right back.
Do it.
Alright, guys. Alright, guys.
Okay.
These are the things we don't want to happen to me.
Die. Taken by surprise, extremely frustrated, badly injured. Whenever you roll one saving throw. Oh no! No!
That's right.
You have the rage.
I have rage.
Oh no!
But hey, it's only a DC will 15, and because of my strength score, I've got a will of 12.
What's great is I knew what you were talking about.
Wait, what do you mean rage?
I'm about to.
Monstrous rage.
These are the things I.
Oh.
These are the things I get.
As the Titans and old gods are said to okay. If a cohort animal companion familiar steed or any follower is slain within your sight, Chris,
Wow.
so we like fucking charge horses into the enemies like, my fake horse. He's rage.
You know, I like what you're doing, Stefanos, but that is not a level 9 tactic. Your spells are better.
Yeah. But,
Like,
if
I
you're
like what
summon-
Chris is doing. I want him to be angry and fucking murder bitches, but just cast black tentacles.
Yeah, if an enemy isn't nearby, I just swing at the nearest person.
Yeah. Oh, right. I have to make a new thing to keep track of.
So what is
Is that-
taken by surprise me? Yeah, lay on hands.
Yeah.
Extremely frustrated. Well, that's kind of your call.
Yep.
Badly injured. Or damage on a surprise one before you take an action. Okay, so that means it's different than taken by surprise.
Yeah, what can happen
I wasn't
is
expecting this enchantment. I'm gonna kill everyone. What?
I think that would be up to DM, but basically if fucking 12 men descend from the rooftop while I'm in the middle of something, they didn't do their attack yet, but they just drop fucking down. Get really mad because they're interrupting. But for taken by
They
surprise.
made you roll a 1.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying, like... I think I like Retribution just because of how it's worded. When foes dare to strike your person. And, yeah. Now you're just fucking Sunlight Chris. That's all it is. You can't make it go away, Chris.
Oh,
That's
Joe.
fine.
You've done everything.
I'm glad he got
Everything.
reflavored to Escanor rather than Dante. I did end up making his personality more like Meliodas.
Anyway,
Okay.
Joe, I got a new splat book that has more details for making necrocrafts. So I designed a throne made out of bones that could fly and run for me.
Okay, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna go back to playing, real D&D. Not fucking build a monstrosity factory.
There's also build a spellbook made out of undead creatures. It's actually
So,
an undead creature.
I would fill you in about the situation and what's going on. And there's an enchantment now, but what it's doing to the people.
In response to you, Joe, what I would hit my fist into my palm and say, so that's why everyone seems like they woke up wrong.
I'd nod.
I would quick study, switch out a spell. Okay, you keep going.
And say, at least there's a way to fix it.
I'd say the first thing we'll do is we'll check Merlin's quarters, see if we can get in. Maybe there's something that can just dismiss it from.
I would say I doubt there is something this specific in Merlin's quarters. Should try and find the source first.
Okay. I don't know about you, but if I'm Merlin, I have a giant rock to dispel something I don't like over the city.
We're also already here, too.
Yeah.
It probably wouldn't take much time to just figure out his magical lock shit, and if we can't get in, we tried. Now that's checked off.
That's where I'm at, because you have the key, Stefanos, so we see if the key maybe lets us in, and if not,
No,
well,
the keys to fucking...
you never know, man. Maybe they're attuned to two things.
Yeah, whatever. Yep, okay. I'd say, whatever. We can take a look first.
Yeah. Ain't
So
gonna
we
do
know
no
what we're
harm.
looking for, and there's 2 casters here.
The city's already fucked, so whatever.
Rick, you need brute strength. We
Oh,
got brute strength.
I would give you everyone else's names too, Chris.
Oh, sorry. I guess I would introduce myself once
Yeah.
introductions are going around. I would not poke fun at your name, though. Because I want to. My name's Abby.
Abby!
A very cute name.
No, I said call me Abby. I didn't say it was my name.
I don't give a shit. To me, it's Abby.
Oh, well,
Heading there.
alright. Introductions are had. People make their way to the quarters of the Merlin. You would make your way up to the what comes out to being this tower over yonder. Lots of flights of stairs take you up to it. And upon getting up there, you would see a rather large, thick-looking mahogany door with gold, kind of gold inlay, and several what look to be precious gems embedded in the door, forming in the positions that would, if you were to draw a line between them, it would make an arcane circle.
Detect magic.
I'm pretty sure you have to make an arcane circle. With your finger.
I'll figure that out.
Oops.
Well, Atarko would
Yep.
just look at you and say, "You got this."
Thumbs up.
Well, as you detect magic, you come up with several. Let's see. Detect. Or magical auras.
Do you need a roll? It's plus 20.
Plus 20.
Fuck, I'll
And
take 10.
if only Chris was level 11, he could attack the object and dispel it.
Wait,
Just
what?
take 10 for simplicity, 30.
Okay. Well, you can tell that this doorway is a portal to. It acts as both a portal that upon a command word, takes you either to another location or a demiplane. It also is set to, if you're not recognized by the caster and touch the door, it will randomly send you to another plane.
Oh! Have they not tried this? Well, they probably.
I mean, he did foresee you guys coming to Camelot,
Yeah.
so maybe he'll recognize you guys.
I was going to tell the kid, hey, touch it.
No, I'm in charge of him.
Oh wait,
No.
wait, Morgan can go in there.
Oh.
Oh my god, you're right.
She can go look.
And one of the other enchantments is designed to if someone with caster levels greater than 10 who is not recognized touches the door, they become instantly the subject of power word kill, disintegrate, or send to a random or send to another plane.
Oh, greater than 10. Aha, I only have 10.
Anything about
Fuck you.
Jesus going on there? Jesus let me in?
That was all three, right? Or all four?
Yep.
Oh god.
Mention words. I'd say Morgana, you could probably get in, considering he knew you, but let me try something first. I'm going to try. Okay, so there was the touch it to go to demiplane. Touch it if you're not recognized him, get fucked.
Well, there's a depending on the command word, it either takes you to another location or takes you to, or it becomes the portal to a demiplane.
Right. You have to touch it for that command word? Or no? Probably not.
No.
Can I figure out the command word? I think it was a...
Dicks out for Merlin. There you go. I'm trying to remember if that is just part and parcel with spellcraft or if that's used magic device.
Sometimes the command word... Knowledge Arcana and Knowledge History skill might be... Okay, here we go. This is pasted from the magic items page.
Oh, or clues regarding. Yeah.
Okay, so knowledge arcana.
Oh, this was detect magic, identify and analyze from all real properties of the item was successfully identified.
Oh, okay. There's the check of 30, and if you fail that, the 25 is a clue.
Okay.
If you still need it, I can take 10 to get 30 for knowledge arcana.
Spells,
Damn,
magic,
yeah.
identify and analyze one.
30 does not appear to be enough to
Oh.
determine
Oh, for sure.
to decipher the command words with this door.
What about the identifying the properties? No?
I'm just gonna assume Merlin's door is better than that.
Mahogany.
Yeah. Mahogany.
Let's see. Identify
Highly enchanted
properties,
mahogany.
You just let me know when I can kick it.
item. Properties. Successfully. Oh, if the properties of the item are successfully identified. Nope. Nope. The properties and the command words remain hidden from you.
Do I get a clue?
If you... Yeah, you might meet that DC. But if anything, it'll be 5 less.
Take a 10 again, 30.
Okay. You get the impression that the command word is from the Druidic tongue.
Oh my god,
Whoa,
Merlin!
how the fuck does he know that?
He's Merlin!
Literally only druids.
He made
Literally.
druids.
He made the druids.
He conferred with the Elder Druid, and the Elder Druid taught him, and I defy you to tell me the Elder Druid loses his fucking class abilities if he decides, yes, this guy can learn my language, because he's the Elder
Fuck
Druid.
you.
He's the Elder Druid.
Joe,
I'm out again. I'll be right back.
Joe, the last Elder Druid, the last one, or the second last one, because you know, who knows how old fucking Merlin is.
I would look to Morgana. I'd mention all that. I'd say, you were casting druidic spells, and obviously knew Merlin. Do you have any idea?
She'd think about it for a moment, and she'd say that her training in the Druidic arts barely got past the starting point, let alone got finished. She wouldn't even begin to know where to start trying to figure out which word is the command word, let alone if she even knows the word. She never finished that particular part of her training.
And it said, if you touch it and you're not known by him, you transport somewhere, right?
If you're not recognized by the caster, so essentially when making the spell or adjusting the spell, he would have had to have put, like, this person is allowed, this person is allowed, this person.
But it just
So
allowed
it,
to
like-
not be fucking transported somewhere. Like, it doesn't take you to the right place, right?
Exceptions to a firewall. If you're not on the exception list, get fucked. You're going to another plane.
Yeah, but if you are in the exception list, it doesn't mean, good job, you're in. No, it just means you're not fucked.
Correct.
Okay. So nothing she can really do with it. Is Joe still here?
Yeah.
Okay. So who left? Zach?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. I'd say... I'm not sure. Take a look at it tomorrow. I can probably figure it out. For now, I don't want to risk touching it.
I just nod.
Hey, I'm looking around at this building. Actually, I'm gonna look out the window. Is there a window up above us?
You'd have to go down a few spaces to find a little port, port view, and it is impossible to tell from this angle, but this thing is not small enough for you to climb out anyway. Not large enough for you to climb out anyway.
Okay. Alright, I guess I would have done that while Stefanos was doing all his identifying shit magic. So I guess I'd be coming back up the stairs.
Well, I turn and I just say we'll have to... God, so we'll just have to do this the old-fashioned way then.
What does that mean, Joe?
We'll
Magic
have to
the
find it and
old-fashioned way.
dispel it ourselves.
Oh.
To smell it.
Dispel
Don't know
it.
this.
Okay, good. Your old-fashioned way is not my old-fashioned way. Understood.
Was yours, were you thinking I'm just gonna break the door down?
I mean...
Because I was about 3 steps from just touching the door and trying.
Yeah.
Take me to another plane. I will level up.
I mean... I just want to carry Stefanos and jump up the towers and get up to the window or smash in through the roof. Because if any...
Another plane.
Yeah, but there might still be a tower and a room up there.
Hmm.
Could be something in there.
Hey, you can suggest it.
I don't think I can get up to the roof, Snake or Stefanos. I mean,
I don't know.
I can jump up 11 feet by rolling a 1, and I can jump 40 feet over.
I don't know. I can give you a plus 30.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I figured you were just gonna jump the gate into the castle.
I'd say I'd say, do you think there's anything in just the tower? Or just the physical tower that's here?
Wait, was there a physical tower here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
we're,
walk up a tower.
we're in it.
Well, I mean, like, where the room is, like where the door leads.
Oh, you think the door is just built into the wall?
It might be.
Yes, there is a physical tower up there.
Maybe, but I'm not sure what would be in there.
I'd say, do you know if the roof is as magically secured as this?
Look at the roof. Is it within 60 feet? Nate? Is the roof within 60 feet?
You guys can't see the roof. You guys are in a spiral staircase.
Mm-hmm.
There is tower, and here is
Yeah, we're probably somewhere
like-
in these two squares of the tower.
We're at the head of the penis.
and
Unless we're in these two.
There's like little windows going down, and then
Hmm.
there's somewhere.
I assumed he'd be at the top of it.
Yeah, but there's a physical room
You
up there.
you could presume that like this would be the door that would lead to like how you guys have that massive lord's area, like multi floors in one big room. You can presume that's what awaits you up in this tower based on just construction.
I'd say, I don't know, can't tell without saying it. Can't tell without seeing it.
I'd punch my fist into my palm and say, alright. And say, let's find a way up there.
You guys know I have wings, right?
Yeah, I'd look at you, actually. I'd point at him, and I'd say, that'll be easier. I completely forgot. I was so happy with my thighs and calves and all the squats I don't need to do.
And you're talking to the wizard like, man, if only we could get up there. You're kidding, right?
Well, I'd just shrug and say, good try. And our goal is, well, we have to get out into a landing so I can go up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well-
So
And Joe, you remember that up here is where you went out and you were talking to Kay before that one time.
yeah. Ooh, did
Whenever-
I see any windows in that tower when I was up there?
Looks like there's pretty big windows.
You never
I mean,
know.
you weren't exactly looking at that other tower at the time.
Doesn't matter. We're gonna look up and we're gonna go and we'll see what happens. Because we're running out of time and we're trying to get into a thing that's gonna probably have nothing in it.
Yep.
Well, as
It'll be fun.
you guys make your way up that tower and out onto the parapets,
We
You
could probably
do
jump
see-
that, Chris.
you do see across the gap here there is a roof leading to another set of parapets, which probably have a entrance up there as well. There's also a window a little bit above where you think you guys were, though it does not appear to be big enough. I mean, Stefanos might be able to squeeze through it, but
I'm back.
Well,
Fucking
good thing I'm bringing Stefanos.
Yep. Alright, guys, time to do some scouting on the parapets. Whatever door's there in the window.
What'd I miss?
We're doing an air raid.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We can't get in the door or we don't want to risk it, so we went to another tower and now we're flying outside because we're going to see what's in the room that leads to the door. Anyways, I look to you, Stefanos, and say, shall we then?
Turn into a cat. And you still got your pouch, right?
No,
No?
I will hold the cat.
Yep.
Away. I wield it as a
And-
weapon.
how far can you jump, Chris?
I'm not jumping until I know. 40 feet, 45 feet horizontally on a 1.
Man, you guys have fun. I'll just chill over here.
Eat horizontally on a 1.
We could do 65 at max.
Well, I
Dude.
mean, you could make that jump potentially.
I'll give you the numbers. It won't make you hate me any less.
You could take your armor off him.
That won't help, actually. Not
No.
much. Yes, my arms are helping me jump. Do a little pump.
Yep, they add to physical skills.
They do like a little gas release.
Would I be able to jump from one tower, one parapet to the ones over in Merlin's?
Potentially,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will wait until...
it is possible. If you roll on a 1, you would not make it though, and you would fall quite far.
Ooh.
Time to take a 10.
And you would take 10 damage because Boots of the Cat.
Yeah.
Fucking
Anyways,
boots of the cat.
go for it. Scout.
Going. Did it.
I'll just chill over here.
Yep.
Let me know when you want that will save, Nate.
Okay, so you guys make your way over to thing, and you're essentially stuffing Catman Stefanos through the hole, or are
Yeah.
you going up over the roof and then in?
I think Stefanos is gonna check that fucking window first.
We're gonna check the window. We're gonna see if we're gonna die if we go in there.
Well,
Look through and then detect magic, but first.
you look through and you see kind of a dimly lit with ambient lighting. Air seems to be kind of dusty. It's given the angle, it's hard to see in. It looks fairly bare, but there are some things in there.
What kind of things?
You can definitely see some furnishings, a table. Looks like maybe some boxes, but it's hard to tell.
Screams wizard though, or just general furnishings.
Seems so.
Detect magic, and I'd also say to you, Joe, doesn't look like there's much in there.
We're already flying several hundred feet off the ground.
Have fun, niggas.
Perceptions.
Oh god. Oh dear, we're dead. We're dead, Stefanos.
Then help me. He can fly naturally. Why didn't I just fucking send him a look?
Fuck! Because then I'm not involved.
Stefanos. You see from several of the other parapets, you see various guards pointing at you guys and being like, what the fuck? Some of them have even knocked arrows, and they're not sure what they're looking at over there. But it seems like there are moments from taking shots at you guys.
To you, Joe. Hey, watch out.
Hey,
You're not over them.
Joe.
Let's say,
I'm not scared. I got word of force field.
yeah, I know you have emergent force field. I'd just say we're not getting anything from the tower.
Detect magic though, real quick. Did I get any worse?
Nope. They're not detecting any magical auras around that window.
Throw him in. Open it from the inside.
No.
I'm gonna just head back. Don't need them wasting bolts.
Okay. Fly back over.
Just say nothing as far as we can see.
I'd nod.
And I guess we're gonna make our way downtown.
Making
And
your way.
alright, Nate. You ready for this? Tark has been formulating. Oh, he doesn't have knowledge local. You have knowledge locals?
You're a disgraceful arcanist. But yeah, of course I do.
Okay, good. He'd ask you. So, we could probably guess about how big this spell is, but it needs to cover the city. Where is the absolute center of the city? Actually, I'm not quite versed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Nate, is it the tower or the castle?
It is the castle.
Oh
Alright,
my god.
Castle.
I'd say we're standing in.
Okay.
I am the center of the world.
He's gonna detect magic and look up.
I'd say, could it be below the castle?
Think about it.
No, you said
Could
detect
be.
magic and looking up.
Yep. He's like, maybe we'll get lucky.
Wait, are you guys like talking mid-jump and mid-fly?
No.
I'm
they're-
not jumping.
That'd be cool though.
Anime as fuck, Zach.
Anyway, you would
Super.
detect you would detect magic aura seeming to it seems to be forming something like a miasma over the city, but given the limitations in range of detecting magic, it's hard to see where it goes out to.
Okay. Well, here's an 18, just kind of like, okay, is that the thing? Here's spellcraft. That what we're looking at before?
Yep.
Okay. Just look at you, well, you know, Beldroth, and oh, this is so good. Catman Fu. How about you guys?
There was also a secondary magic aura. Also,
Ooh, roll that.
hello.
Oh,
Oh,
that
everything went silent, so I was like,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That-
we're waiting for you.
gotcha.
He
That
rolled.
18 again is spellcraft. So 36 there.
well, you detect a powerful enchantment that seems to be set up that if a large or larger creature were to attempt to enter the airspace above the city, or any kind of spell 5th level or higher were to be cast within the airspace above the city, it seems the entire city would be covered in an emergency force sphere.
You know, I was about to get on the Griffin and start flying up there. Not that that would, you know, hurt the city, because I'm already in it, but
Still. Well, he'd say that to you, Stefanos, just like, oh, that's interesting. By the way, what spell level is the hatred, the hostility thing, Nate?
So I just want to make sure you guys aren't flying.
No.
No, we are on the tower.
Okay, you're on which tower?
The tower you're on.
A different
Oh,
one.
okay. Wait, what? Which
We're all
is it?
together.
We went
We're
to
all
a different
together.
tower. We're together.
We're all here together.
Okay. See, I thought this was on. No.
No, it's all
Well,
good.
The spell itself, at a base, would be a 2nd level spell. But on this scale,
30th.
very impressive if you could cast 30th level spells.
Yeah.
Considering there's only 9 levels of spells.
Yeah. See, that's just how scrubbish you are.
Says the fighter who's died like 7.
Says the fighter who says, "Shut the hell up." God. No respect.
it would be it would sit at a 5th level spell. Exactly.
Okay.
Damn.
So there should be an emergent force spear up.
Yeah, actually.
And yeah, Tarka would just look to you and say, if this spell were cast in the air, there should be a shield around the city. So it's either ground level or below.
But only, or not, but it has to be far enough in the air. Could probably be on one of the towers still. Wouldn't help
enough.
if the spell was cast in the air but within the city and then the sphere came up.
True enough. You're already tiny, and he flew up you up once. Could always go a few rounds up there. This is the center. would be the best place to cast such a spell.
I don't have elbows to shrug. For sure.
Ah. Dragon Man looks down at you, Stefanos.
Let's go for it.
Oh, but not straight because I can't make up consistently.
Oh. Oh,
You take 10?
What?
So you take your time?
No. It's like a 30.
yeah, it's tough. Well, while they're away, doing that, making rolls, I guess I would briefly interact with the people down here.
Do it.
I'd say the people who would have done this know who you guys are, right?
Fucking unknowns. We're nobodies.
A shrug.
Morgan would say that, not sure. We have no idea, or we don't know who would have done this. Though, she's, and I forget, you told the group about the shit with Mordred, right, Joe?
Yep.
Including his attempts to recruit. Okay. She'd say that she says someone does come to mind, and he does know of us.
As far as I'm aware, he's not versed in magic.
Irrelevant.
You can know people. I know you.
I'd say, does he seem like someone who would leave this undefended in the air?
I never met him.
She'd think, and she'd say, though I can't say I know him personally, given what I do know about him, I don't think he would leave. If he's behind this, he would not leave it undefended if he needed it.
I'd nod. I'm just waiting.
And Nate, as we're flying above, tell me if I see like the end of the aura, like if it stops in the sky somewhere.
Oh my god. Stefanos.
Yes.
High it is.
What?
Figure out how high up it is.
Yeah.
Then we figure out,
That's what
the
I'm
sides,
saying,
and then
Joe.
you fucking,
That's what
geometry
I'm
the shit out of it.
saying.
Yeah, you got this.
Nobody's got this.
Okay, as you guys are, so you're flying up until you can't see the aura anymore?
I'd say try that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, as you guys fly higher and higher, the ground quickly shrinks beneath you. As you would actually get...
As you collide with something, there's a castle in the sky. It's upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want
Anyway.
Stuck with the pointy end of it.
As you would get a mile into the air before you would reach the end of it.
Holy shit.
Parallel world.
I would direct Joe to finding the top of. Is it spherical shaped? I assume.
Yep.
I would direct Joe to finding the very fucking top, like the top of the sphere.
Yeah. Once you guys get to the outside of it, it very clearly seems to form a dome. City.
Yep. Judging. Hold on, you might want to engineering for this, but judging by the curve at which the dome descends, and of course I would find the top of the dome. How far down do I think it would be? If you want engineering, take 10 if it's ready.
I'm sorry, what was the whole question?
He's trying to determine where the center of this massive
if that's
fucking
If that's
sphere.
the dome, it'd be like, okay, based on how fast it's going down, the center would be right here, because the circle would finish, like, well, that's a bad circle, but you know what I mean.
Oh, I love ovals.
Yeah, fuck you. Circle.
Yeah, you'd be able to find the center of it. And it does appear to be, the center is almost directly above the castle.
of it. Okay. Yep, I'd dojo the
X. Or the spherical cap.
You're also able to determine that that given the curvature of the dome, it likely extends all the way out to the old perimeter exactly.
And how far above the castle is it? Just decently far?
Mile, he said.
No, like how far is the center?
Oh.
The center? Jesus.
Wait, what was the question?
How
Do you
far
mean...
above the castle is the center of the sphere?
The mile. It is the highest point.
Oh, the sphere he means this time, Nate.
Yeah, like
Not
Oh,
not the circumference type shit.
the exact middle of the entire sphere.
Okay.
Somewhere down here. In this big old red block.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find out. I can
Yeah,
see what
okay,
the
no
top is, but I just...
We got walls, castle, big magic-y dome,
Yes.
the center, which is the highest point in the dome.
Yes, he means the
Mile up.
center of the sphere, the 3D
yeah,
object.
down here.
Oh, center of the sphere?
Yeah, that's why I was saying, depending on how far
wow.
the slope is down, I can ascertain where the center would be.
Yep.
I can ascertain where the top is by just
Yeah.
seeing where it.
Okay,
where the
gotcha.
ends
Yeah,
are.
he went there so he could look straight down, basically.
Yeah, then we can kind of guess which part of the underground it's in, if it's in the underground.
It's definitely.
If not, I don't fucking know. It's a big city. Let's go.
The center would lie somewhere in the castle.
Okay,
Ooh,
well,
in the castle.
I would give you an exact position to where the tallest point is, Joe, and I'd say, looks like it's in the castle, straight down from here. So basically, descend straight down from there, so we see what part of the castle that is.
Well, I wouldn't descend very. I'd descend at a pace. Words, I'd say, well, the castle seemed to be affected by the cat with the spell can end.
I don't know.
You're still doing detect magic, Stefanos?
Yep.
Ugh.
Okay. You would see two spells suddenly interact with one another.
Oh god.
Spellcraft? 2. Bad rolls, still good rolls.
Okay. Given how quick it was hard to tell what the reacting spell or the initiating spell was, but the spell that we reacted with reacted in the same. It essentially it appeared following the same parameter, almost similar parameters to the emergent force field, except upon a hostile spell. It based on what you're able to determine, if a hostile spell or a spell deemed not friendly, at the very least, were to react on the castle perimeter, it is immediately targeted by dispel.
Can I
Oh,
tell
so-
the hostile spell what area what it's trying to affect?
Seems like that, or what the hostile spell was trying to do, or the spell that got dispelled just now.
Yeah.
You mean? It's hard to tell without knowing what the actual spell was.
No, I mean, like, what area was it affecting? Like, was it aimed at us? Was it aimed at the castle?
It seemed like it was aimed at the castle.
Okay.
It seems to be higher than. It's got to be an 8th or 9th because you can know all the other spell levels too. So, yay. Let's-
Okay. Words to you. Aimed at the castle. Got it spelled. Couldn't tell what it was. Someone's casting something right now.
What you doing up there?
Well, I can keep that Noted, and we're still making our way down from the. Not bad.
Okay. Aside from that, nothing else would come out of the ordinary as you guys make your way down and are able to return to the group.
Well, and let you explain the situation. I put the cat down.
Well, first of all, where exactly was
Oh
this?
yeah.
Because we were trying to determine that too.
Oh yeah, where did they come straight down at? Was it where they lifted off?
Yes.
A little over bit.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't be able to actually reach the direct center from the outside.
No. They
No,
you mean
no,
s-
no,
they
we're
went straight down.
Is the center here or here or here?
They went straight down. So where did
Straight
they?
down,
Yeah,
so-
where did they land? Oh,
You would have landed back on the center parapet.
oh,
Wonderful.
right where we were. So it's somewhere below here.
Yep, I would say somewhere directly below here. In the castle. Not underground.
So, yeah. Well, let's get looking then. Pose.
I'd say if someone has a map of the castle, that would work.
Not it. Knowledge engineering, do I have a map of the castle in my head?
I would just shrug and say one of the knights has to.
Yeah, I'm sure someone can acquire something for us. Making my way.
Making
Find
my
a
way
person to
downtown.
help us. Someone that works with documentations.
I guess I'll just be looking around for where that room could be.
And Atarka's just gonna detect the magic and around for whatever. I don't know.
I'm not going alone because someone was casting spells. I don't want to find them alone.
Yeah, we're not.
Go with Zach. He'll be
Dark
fine.
is-
Yeah, I mean, you
No,
can't die with me.
we are I'm looking for the person to get us a map. Atarka is still with group. I never said he left the group. I just said as he's walking, he's detecting magic.
Lulu, hey, pup.
No, I just basically keep pointing at areas, and be asking you guys, is it here? Is it here? Is it here? And we'll just keep going down.
Atarka can answer you if you want, so I'm not going to do it.
No?
Probably keep giving you no's.
Yeah, I'd give you a few no's and be like, I'm not answering anymore.
Lulu, quiet.
As should be going around, detecting magic.
Atarka's at an 18, so 28.
Go get him.
I mean, you would detect magic
Oh,
coming
right.
from the various sconces as far as finding, looking specifically for the hate anger aura.
Yep. That's what we're looking
I mean, can you actually find the origin with detect magic?
I mean, you can find things
If
that
we're
are
not
radiating magic.
I mean, the question is, are we detecting it in the castle? If detecting the castle, chances are it's probably radiating in the area it's in, but it can't affect anything else. It just goes beyond that. Or it can affect things.
I still
Magic's
think
hard.
I still think it's below.
Yep, you would not detect it in the castle as you move.
And yeah, and we know that the way magic should work is it should be somewhere in this region. So we just keep going lower until we get to the dungeons.
Mm-hmm. It's also the only place I can imagine a fight happening.
Who says we'll be
I don't have fight spells.
Which is why I'm asking someone if they know where Sir Kay is.
Oh,
He
you're
knows
not
where
just
to
looking for the map?
I thought The map ain't gonna
That's-
tell us secrets. Sir K will tell us secrets.
Okay, well, as you'd ask for someone to tell you where Sir K is, you'd hear one person would tell you that last they saw him, he was out in the castle courtyard. Someone else would say that they thought he was in his study. And, you know, it's basically because as you stop them, there's like two people. And one's like, oh, I saw him in the castle courtyard. The other one's like, I thought he was in his study.
Say, if you see him, let us know we are going around the castle and we'd like to speak with him. And I'd motion to where their study is.
Sorry, you broke up like crazy through that.
You'd motion to where?
I'd motion to Kay's study and say, let's check there. Tell the lady that if they see him, let him know where.
Okay. So you're on your way to Kay's study with some guards? Or are you just gonna head there yourself?
I mean, I'd just head there with myself if no one else is.
Oh, did you tell us that?
That's what
We
I'm.
were there, so yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you were still here. I thought you went off.
No,
no,
this
no,
is
no.
all in transit as a group.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
we'll go.
So you're heading to Kay's study, was it?
Yes.
I would be back in person.
Get a good
Okay.
knock on the door when we get there, unless we die beforehand.
Well, as you'd arrive, you would not see any guards outside it. And as you go to knock, the door creaks open.
Yes.
And if you would then open the door,
This is
the
what I'm
room
doing.
is in quite the disarray.
Does it look like a fight, or where the fuck is it?
Looks like where the fuck is it? As shit is pulled out, kicked to the side, and there's piles of things that kind of were shoved to one side of the desk. A couple things were knocked over. And there, pretty much every drawer is open.
I'd say seems a more natural discord reached someone.
See any servant around?
Sorry, what was that?
Do I see any servants around, or guard? No guards, but someone in that line of work. Maybe.
Out in the corridor, at the end of the corridor, you would see a servant walking by.
I'd call them over.
They would make their way over to you.
I'd say, I'd ask if anyone was here to see Sir Kay. Or had they seen anyone? They don't know his fucking schedule.
She'd say no, but her answer appears to come a little too quickly as she averts her gaze from you.
You should do something about that.
Sounds like
my
it's
friend.
motive.
Sounds like a detect thoughts. Hold on, let me.
Yes! You're a fucking hero, Stefanos. I have detect, feelers. You have, Deus Ex, I know.
Why'd you roll 96?
Because
Because
he's
sacred
doing
geometry,
sacred geometry.
silent
Jesus
still.
fucking Christ.
Yeah, and he has a fucking add-on for it, too.
Yeah, you don't want to fucking wait for me to do this shit.
No, I don't. Yeah, he rolls, and if he meets certain numbers, he gets to
Okay.
cast the spell as if it was affected by the meta magic selected. It's fucking great.
But it does take
Shit.
a full round instead. Yeah, fuck you. Yeah, I got it regardless.
Oh, you got another 6 seconds to talk, Joe.
It was 41, it fucked up that. Whatever.
Anyways, yeah, Nate, what am I getting from her?
Oh yeah, the 24.
Yep, 20.
You're getting she's very much uncomfortable. Like it seems she knows something, but is not entirely sure what she is and is not allowed to talk about. So she's kind of like,
Point into the room.
whatever it was, it seems like it alarmed her, or she saw.
I'd point into the room. And I'd say, I don't know what happened in there. Sir Kay is in danger. He needs to be assisted. But I need to know into his room and
Sorry, what was that?
pretty much if he's in danger, I need to know. If someone broke in there, fuck you, I need to know. And diplomacy.
What about the detect? Oh,
Carry on, Stefanos, you got this. Coerce her with your mind.
Okay, and
also
detect thoughts.
but pretty sure she needed 20.
Yeah, I just did that math, Stefanos. That does not equal 41.
I don't know. That's what it said.
Um,
I actually closed it.
Anyway, okay, so
Maybe it had order of operations wrong.
Nope, I just did it correctly.
No, maybe it had order of operations wrong.
No, I got that exact number. It's doing it right.
Oh, it got 40. You got 41?
No, I got 34.666 repeating.
Yeah, no, it got 41. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, anyways.
okay, and what all does detect thoughts like?
Surface thoughts.
Now I got 31. Whatever. Yeah, surface thoughts. That's what she's immediately thinking about.
Okay. Her surface thoughts are somewhat alarmed and scattered, as she's very much like thinking. She's very much thinking to herself. She's not sure if if what she saw. She's like, I mean, I saw Kay, but I mean, he seemed. I don't know if I should be telling them. He seemed very agitated and angry, and she's just like, I'm just a servant. Oh.
So do you know where he went?
She'd shake her head after a second.
Is she thinking anything about that?
She's thinking that she doesn't know where he went, but he went in a hurry.
I would say, which direction? Do you know which direction he went?
Yep, you got it. Got this.
She'd kind of look at you for a moment. She seems still very conflicted, like she's not sure what she's, how much she's supposed to tell you guys, but she'd point and she'd motion down the corridor. She'd say that I saw him leave that way. He had several bags under his arm and his sword in his sword in hand, sheathed but in hand, and he seemed very agitated and
How long ago?
an hour and a half.
Detect thoughts reveal the same, I assume?
Yeah.
I'd nod and say, he's telling the truth.
Say to her, inform round messenger that can let them know, so they can come get you and you can tell them what you see.
Sorry, you said inform the round.
Yes, inform the other knights of the round what you see.
Her eyes go wide as just the thought of her directly talking to the Knights of the Round is too much for her to process at this exact moment.
Oh, you're gonna kill her.
Pull rank, Joe.
Yep.
I would speak Ravenese to Sen and basically tell him, stick with her and explain the situation. And I say to her, hey, they know he's with me.
It's true.
Hey!
Yeah, I think she's gonna love it.
Say, he'll go with you and back up your plane, or explain if you feel too nervous. And just nudge Sen over.
Is
Oh,
Sen
yeah.
like on her shoulder now?
Yes.
She seems very, very uncomfortable with this.
I will say to her, it's the right thing to do, and it would be a great service to your kingdom. Diplomacy! Paladin.
Let's hope she's
She
not.
nods slowly and begin to hurry off.
And he will come find me whenever he's done. If he can.
We miss you, Sen. We miss you already. And your extra spellcraft and extra spellcraft, your extra perception. Anyways, I'd look to y'all and I'd say, Knights, no, we need to keep looking for whatever causing this. Who's making that spell work?
I'd say we should just find the places that have no guards like this.
Hey,
Are we-
nah, look at this guy. Look at him. He's a good fit in this group.
Is there anywhere down that corridor that would be directly below the insert spell origin here?
I'm gonna go to find the dungeon.
Well, not immediately, but actually you guys are standing directly below it right now.
Check Kay's room with detect magic. How's that going, Nate?
That's true.
As you guys are at that direct center mark.
Oh, we've been checking already, so yeah, we'd be doing that.
And directly above you guys is actually the round table room. Yep, as you use detect magic on Kay's room.
It's very symbolic of Kay. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just want to throw that out there for you, Nate.
No one's disagreeing.
As you use detect magic around the room, you do detect an enchantment on the door.
Spellcraft 10, 30.
Seems like when the door is shut, it's made so that no sound. When the door is shut and a command word is given, no sound will leave this room.
Murder.
I need me one of those.
As per the silence, or
Yeah, silence. Kind of. Or message, or whatever.
Well, then I guess the next thing is, do we sense the aura inside the room? Or is it just an amalgamation of subtlety?
well, upon entering the room, you actually don't detect any auras inside the room.
Oh, you motherfucker. You either took the magic or you have non-detection in here.
Hmm.
Fucking magic aura, and you're just disguising it.
Well, let's do what Tarkwood voices. Is there a thing here, or it's got a spell to hide it? To hide anything. Okay. Not that I'm blaming him. Just spot.
Just my PC senses. Well, should we keep moving then?
Just not. So, chances are, though, yes, let's some. That's why I wanted to find Kay. This corridor about them.
Man, it is really hard to understand you hearing every other word.
I don't even know, man. Like, I am doing nothing. I'm not charging my headset. I'm
I just-
speaking other-
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it could be your volume dipping. If it's
Which
auto
you can
adjusting.
go and change in Discord.
Yep.
But yeah, no, Kay would be the one to know if there are corridors below the castle. That's why I wanted to find him. So let's keep going below.
Well, that's where I went.
Hopefully someone has detect secret.
I haven't had a chance to find it yet.
And you said you were specifically trying to find the dungeons, Chris?
Yeah, I'll still try and keep directly below that area.
And I'm,
Okay.
I guess, Chris, that'd be the way we'd be going. So
Yeah, probably.
You guys would meet back up before the dungeons as it winds around and eventually leads you back to below that point.
well,
And the dungeons do have a single guard standing before them. As you approach, he'd ask you your business.
So you have.
I got this one, guys.
Oh, you got it?
I
Please
got
do.
it.
Please do.
Flex.
Yeah. And just say we served the Knights of the Round today.
Not
Say,
tomorrow.
say there could be something going on in the dungeons.
He'd narrow his eyes at you. He says, "Nothing's going on in the dungeons under my watch."
Say, is your watch 24/7?
He looks at you somewhat challengingly and says, "Yes, it is."
I need to get through. That is just very, like, fuck that. That's me. I'm gonna pull my fucking rank. Say, I need to get through.
Well, hey, you might have shifted him to indifferent.
He just kind of, you see him kind of adjust his tongue and his mouth a little bit as he thinks about it and just nods and says, "Fine."
Okay, I was about to
He says, cause trouble and you won't be going very far.
So he says to the group of PCs.
I was about to charm him, Joe, if that didn't work.
Yeah. Well, we going in.
Yep.
Keep our 2 sets of magic eyes open.
Yeah, you guys do magic-y stuff. If something jumps out, I can tell you.
Yeah, you
Get it.
fucking do it, Zach. You hit it.
It's gonna get hit.
This is not a Zach session.
You gonna go hit it.
I'm gonna hit it.
Hit it.
It's
Anyway.
not gonna be walking straight. In the words of Ryan, I don't need to lock the door because you ain't walking after this.
Anyway, as you guys make your way down, you see a long corridor with cells on either side. The cells are windowless with thick wooden doors, iron bars atop, with a slat at the bottom for a tray of food to be pushed through. Seems like some of the cells are occupied, though not a whole lot. And it seems like there's another staircase leading down to several floors.
Just keep going until something stands out.
Okay.
Also, giving you a perception to some drafts. See a stone that taking a 10 on a perception. Ooh, here, feel a draft. See any stones that look out of place that might lead to a corridor. It's 17.
I'm not specifically
That's just
looking
over
for that, but I am looking around because it's like magic, so there's one anyway.
Okay.
I'm specifically looking at it.
As you guys make your way down to the second floor, going along, just before you hit the what would be the staircase leading down to the third floor, Stefanos, you notice a pile of rock dust along the wall that seems very out of place, like stones grinded against each other. In the spot.
I wouldn't say anything, but I'd go over there and start looking at it really oddly. Trying to push it.
Yes, I'll come over and say, find
You know,
something.
curiosity killed the cat.
And you shouldn't be talking back.
Say, and say,
Shut
found
your
something?
poor mouth.
You say, Chris?
Found something?
Yeah, he said it like 3 times.
Yeah, someone else. Whatever. Okay. Looks like the rocks were moved here. See the dust?
Kind of put my hand on the door, or on the, sorry, not door, on the stones. Do they have any give?
Not immediately, but if you were to push harder, they do.
Well, I do have a dragon push of 6,000 pounds.
And I can help add my probably not even close to that.
Whoa, let's see if I could just get it one-handed.
Okay. Sorry, I don't want to.
Let's see if I can use my pinky.
Well, Nate, let's give it a little push.
It would start to budge as the wall appears to push back and is able to be drugged to the side to reveal a passage.
Mm-hmm.
A passage, one would say.
Does this passage lead more towards the center?
Seems like it loops back, like it curves as it goes, probably leading down and under. Doesn't seem like it immediately leads back toward the center.
Okay, but it does go down. Okay.
Yeah, it kind of goes down in a way. Like let me just like if you're at the prison part and there's like prison or dungeon level 1, dungeon level 2. Here's the hidden wall. There'd be dungeon level 3. It seems to kind of go down like this, and then seems to curve.
Okay.
Dungeon level 4.
Also, tell me if Sen ever comes back. No, if you find us in here, that's all impressive.
He would not be rejoining you at this point.
Okay.
But yeah, see a
Well, I assume it's also not lit, so I'll walk in. I don't need light.
Dark vision. I don't need light.
Oh,
Who are those two freaks?
I don't have my
light
goggles
on
yet.
I have light on my body.
I'm working
Oh
on
wait,
it.
no, did you make that? Oh no, you didn't finish it. That's right.
Cast
It's half.
light.
It's half
okay.
time.
So sorry, you said dark vision, don't need light. Went in
Stefanos.
first?
Yep,
I'll
Stefanos.
go in first.
Reflex save.
Ho ho! Door slammed shut.
We'll let the paladin at all.
Oh gee, Rick, I didn't know there was a button.
Okay. A trap door opens beneath you as you plummet down a chute, and then it lodges itself tightly in place after you disappear from view.
Boots
Well,
of the
looks
cat.
like I gotta go over and try to kick in the door or something since it's underneath.
Also beat the shit out of it because you know it's grounded.
I would say, are you sure you want to go alone?
The door shut.
Well, let's figure out what happened to Stefanos before we do anything. 'cause
Nate, what happened to me?
Falling's fast.
Thing.
Well,
I'm gonna.
Stefanos.
Yeah.
Wait, why did you go first?
I'm actually going to hold off on you, Stefanos.
I wasn't expecting a trap door.
Let's
Nobody expects a trap door.
Don't you hear the music?
let's
No, I don't in character, Joe.
let's just tap that trapdoor to see how big it is again, and then I'm just gonna hop over it.
It does not, it just taps. There's no apparent give. And, yeah.
Hold my hammer above my head in a way that if I fall, it, you know, catch. No, that's dumb. I'll lose an arm.
Are you just gonna? Yeah, you just break the trapdoor open.
Yeah, just break the trap door.
I'm going down the stairs.
That's a good
Oh,
idea, but
I
this is
can't see any of this.
quick way.
It's
I
fine.
could just- I can just hear things that happen. Can't see shit.
Joe's body is lit up.
Oh, it is? Neat.
I'm gonna hit the trap door with my hammer.
Going down the stairs.
Do it.
Okay.
I'll wait to see if the trap door
Split the party 3 ways. Fuck yeah. This will
Anyway,
be.
okay.
It
You hit
doesn't
it with
just
your
break
hammer.
on this hit. It's like
Okay. Roll damage.
did it.
Dull clang of metal against stone reverberates in the space, and it remains solid.
Well, let's go down and you know save the wizard that wanted to leave the party.
What?
You're going cowboy, Stefanos. You know,
Yep, you went cowboy. Way to go, Chris.
going cowboy. Wait, shut up, Joe.
I'm gonna go hang out with Chris now. He doesn't go cowboy.
I wonder
If I see-
if you
if I
detected
see a
magic.
hazard
Sorry, go ahead.
if I see a hazard at the bottom, tell me I got something.
If you detected magic, I bet you would have seen like an Oculus Eye spying thing, and it's triggered remotely.
there. How bright's your armor, Joe?
It's
never
20
remember.
feet.
It's a torch.
Okay, so 20 feet for good light, and then...
Yeah.
Okay.
Joe, you're my light of hope. Yeah, you tell him, Lulu. Chase the laser.
Alright, and... That's not 600. Okay, so as you guys are making your way down,
I think he's going to be resuming with you, Stefanos, when I head to work.
Maybe.
Lulu, quiet.
and how much longer do I got you for, Chris?
Quiet.
That's an hour.
30 minutes tops.
Quiet.
Okay.
Like the moment it
We
hits
should-
9.
we should stop here.
Okay, I figured. Well, you want to do a little fun with Stefanos? I do have some time.
No.
Oh, okay. It's not a spike pit, Stefanos. It's monsters. Bubble up and blast those motherfuckers with all your social spells.
Well, don't you have that sphere right now?
I always have that. Wait, do I have that?
Emergent sphere.
Oh, do I have that?
What? I thought
I
that was
do.
like.
Uh-oh.
I do.
Okay, good.
I've also got a snap leaf, so if I see anything, immediate action, feather fall, invisibility.
Yeah.
Should let me go first, Stefanos. I would have loved being alone for a little bit. Would have been fun.
I wanted to be alone. Go away, Chris. It's pitch burn.
Oh, so-
Paladin.
Joe, you've been cowboying it up for the past like 10 sessions.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Sorry, politically cowboying it up.
Okay, there you go. That's not the same, Chris. It's not the same feeling.
I tried
It's
cowboying.
just bureaucracy. That's all I'm doing.
Dying.
The hat's too big for you, Zach. It falls down and covers your eyes.
Fuck you.
Damn.
You tell him, Lulu. Say you're a son of a bitch.
They
Take your bed.
6120s are still bullshit, and I hate everything about them.
6120s? What?
Sprint for 60 seconds,
Mhm.
120 seconds. It doesn't sound nearly. It sounds much easier than it actually is.
Oh.
You know, I sent you my message this morning. I got fucking rained on.
Wait, what'd you get reamed on?
So, because I went out running this morning, and then I'm on my 4-mile marker, and then fucking just rain,
Oh, I thought
And
you
then
said
it-
reamed.
and then I fucking walked home, went to the bathroom, and as soon as I came out of the bathroom, the rain stopped. After I was home, rained on me the entire way home because after I hit the 4-mile mark and it started raining, I was like, "Fuck this shit, I'm done. I'm going home now. I'm not gonna continue running through the fucking rain."
Oh, I can.
Oh, did you hear anything back from your recruiter yet?
From MEPS?
Yeah.
Yep, we are now. I'm essentially waiting on my doctor's office to give me the last things I need to send down to Tennessee.